falls to the ground. Jeff Gunter got a piece of it. Incomplete. Third down.
Good reaction by Jeff Gunter. The lineman let him go right away, and he just didn't stand there, threw the old big paw up and knocked it down. That's a big thing now with the defensive linemen. They don't get a penetration. If they do, and the quarterback's going to unload it, they're so long, man. They jump up with those big arms, big paws, and hopefully they can knock it down. That's exactly what Gunter did right there.
It was different back in your day?
Just a little bit.
Crowd coming alive here in Cincinnati. Watson across the formation. Love looking for Watson, complete with first down yardage, escaping into the sideline. Jones and Battle in pursuit.
Yeah, they were both there, but a little late as Love just takes a couple steps and throws it out, makes a completion. Kind of look at each other, say, okay, now what were we supposed to do there? It wasn't supposed to be that wide open.
Mike Hilton, talking about Jordan Love, said you can see he's 4 years into the league now. He sees the game just a little slower, and everyone knows what a rifle he has. Jordan Love, everybody but the center.
Well, Jordan Love was pulling out, and the center still had the football.
Offense number 76. 5-yard penalty.
Can't run a play without the football.
Nope.
So hut. All right, give me the football. He says, no, it's not the right count. I'm not going to give it to you.
Left side of the line had that right.
See, 3 stayed and the rest, I don't know. Interesting.
Tough one for Josh Myers, I suppose.
Yeah.
Elongated first down. Now 15 to go. A.J. Dillon breaking through. Eventually grabbed by the shoelaces and brought down at the 25. Marcus Bailey eventually wrestled him down.
It's interesting you mentioned Josh Myers, a third-year player out of Ohio State, just from up north here. With our foundation, we used to have an Offensive Defensive Lineman of the Year award, and he, as a senior in high school, he was one of our Offensive Lineman of the Year awardees, and then he went up to Ohio State, now starting in the NFL.
Third year, the Dayton, Ohio native out of the Ohio State University, with a little bit of movement from Gunter. It's 2nd and 4. That would be a first down.
Neutral zone infraction.
Yep.
Defense number 93. 5-yard penalty.
Referee is Alex Moore
The
tonight.
5-yard penalty results in the first down.
There's another change from when I was playing. The defensive lineman could get back. Now, if he moves across, you just move as an offensive player and you get the 5. So right there, the Packers get the 5 and get a first down. As you mentioned, it was 3rd and, so they had 4 yards to go and they get 5. So first down for the Packers, they keep the drive going.
Right field position on this drive for Green Bay, and now on the cusp of the red zone. Love, rolling, looking, firing, and the bullet caught at the 10-yard line, tapped down there. Romeo Doubs, who had a 53-yard touchdown reception in the joint practices this week between the two teams.
The offensive line doing a nice job. They all go to the right, make it look like a run. That's the key with play action. Love comes out to the left on the bootleg, and wide open right there for the reception is Romeo Doubs. But you're right, I saw that one. Love demonstrated that he can throw the deep ball, and it was a pretty deep ball going to Doubs in practice there against the Bengals this past week.
First down and goal. A lot of window dressing. That's Watson. Pile driven into the ground. That was caught, and Turner sees the ball roll out of play after he had already made the tackle.
Run the ball successful a couple times, and that boot works right there, especially with the offensive line selling it. They all go left. I mean, they're not hesitating. They're making it look like run. Love comes out, but they actually got it and then put it on the ground, but they still got it.
Drives move 35 yards in 7 plays. 2nd and goal. Love looking, lofting, Doubs caught. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Mike Sidney Jones was right there, but he didn't locate the football. Love having all the time. Just lobs up there, nice pass. Right there you see Sidney Jones swiping at it just a little late. He didn't pick up the ball visually, but he wasn't that far off, and Dobbs making a nice catch.
Wonderful pitch and catch to complete the 44-yard drive. Mason Crosby, after 16 years, cedes the job to Anders Carlson, 6th-round pick out of Auburn. And Carlson smashes it through his first preseason point. A 9-yard touchdown pass caps a 3-minute 52-second drive. Romeo Doubs from Jordan Love. Tonight's action presented by Paramount Plus.
Let's go!
Football kicks off.
And he's hit the end zone!
And NFL Network has every preseason game, starting with 10 live.
He goes up and gets it.
Big names.
Oh, what a catch!
Getting fresh starts.
Incredible!
Top picks. First action.
Makes the catch for a touchdown!
Football is on.
Caught for the touchdown!
Week 1 of the NFL preseason, live on NFL Network.
Where did the time go? Somehow I lost all those years. Where did the time go? I don't know how I got here. Or how did I get here? I can see now.
You've done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Look at the Bengals' home schedule here at Paycor Stadium this year. Baltimore on September the 17th should be fun. The Flying Bengals fly over. How about the OU Marching 110? Always good to see Ohio University represented here.
Yep, the Bobcats.
That Baltimore game should have a little juice to it, huh?
I would say so. I tell you what, this whole division I think is going to have some juice this year, which is going to make it exciting.
No kidding. This will be returned out of the end zone. Evans at the 20. Rattles out of bounds. And let's see if the Bengals offense with a little more space here can make something on this drive. They went back 5 yards on their initial effort.
Again, we talked about this offensive line not having any rookies in there, some veterans, but then again, that Packers defense did have their number ones in there, so it was good work for these number 2 guys.
Here's Jake Browning. Talk about how you can really see his experience in this system now. 3 years in Minnesota and then into Cincinnati last year. With a bit of a delay, handoff up the middle. First carry for Chase Brown. Picks up about 4. Let's take a look at tonight's players to watch, presented by Kettering Health. And, well, the timing is right. Chase Brown.
That's right. Chase Brown gets it right on. And Yosivas, the wide receiver from Princeton, if I'm not mistaken, first Ivy Leaguer taking the draft since 1976. Before I got here, that was a while ago. But I got here a long time ago.
Browning elevates for the sideline. Nearly intercepted. Ball pops free. Aforementioned Yosivas, the target. And that's Valentine in on it. The Moeller grad, former UK Wildcat.
I tell you, we talked about the two guys, and they go right to him, just right on the cue here.
So 3rd down and 7. Bengals trying to avoid a second straight 3 and out here in the first quarter. 3-by-1. Browning. Yosivas makes the catch and steps out of bounds. Corey Valentine on the coverage. First catch for that Princeton grad.
Browning doing an excellent job. As you see, number 58, Isaiah McDuffie coming late, putting a little pressure, but it didn't affect Browning. Hit Yosivas perfectly.
Take a look at Browning's numbers last season in the preseason. Threw for 452 and a touchdown. Had a good amount of time. Brandon Allen was down for one of those games as well. And the Bengals move the sticks. Browning fakes, looks, off the deep drop, caught at the 50. Nearly bobbled out of the hands of Trent Irwin. And scampers down to the 26-yard line. Trent Irwin has had a tremendous camp as well.
That's right. We talked about some of these young wide receivers, but Trent Irwin, he's saying, hey, hold on here. I'm still here, and I'm still making plays. Right here, as you said, whoop, got it back in and continue to scamper upfield.
32-yard catch and, well, run. Almost forgot something there. Irwin in his 4th year out of Stanford. Motion man is Devin Asiasi. Handoff. And rolled into the line of scrimmage. That's Chase Brown. McDuffie, the tackle.
Called his number earlier on a blitz. He almost got the Browning there, but he makes the tackle there. Well, Chase is getting some work here, as we knew he would. Getting a chance to run the football.
Picked up 3 on 1st down. Taylor across the formation. Brown with speed at the 25, leaping. Well, that'll get the crowd excited, but Valentine was wise to it. A former men's basketball state champ at Moeller.
Well, Chase gets past their #1 pick, Lucas Van Ness, number 90 right there, almost making the play, and just about jumps over him, but enough speed to get around that #1 draft pick there for the Packers.
All the while, it's Valentine, the 7th-round pick, that gets the job done, with Jair Alexander down at the moment. He's going against the ones in joint practice. The youngest player on the Green Bay roster, the Cincinnati native. Browning tries to escape and does. Eyes downfield into the sideline. That's caught at the 20. It is short of the 1st down marker. Tanner Hudson, who's got a little edge in that battle for the 3rd wide receiver job on account of his receiving skills.
Right there, he steps in the pocket, then the protection breaks down a little bit. He's being chased right there. He gets rid of it. Number 47, Justin Hollis, pursuing the quarterback, but Jake Browning gets rid of it, and we'll have a field goal attempt here by Evan McPherson.
Adamitis will snap to Robbins. Will hold for the first time. This will be from 38 yards for McPherson. He got it. No surprise for Evan McPherson. Another perfect postseason, off to a good start in the preseason. Green Bay 7, Cincinnati 3. This presented by Paramount Plus.
You're finally mastering Grandma's 12-hour sauce. Your stovetop gave out in the 11th hour. Luckily, American Home Shield is there to fix or replace covered appliances and home systems. Protect what you don't expect. Visit ahs.com and get a free quote today.
How can anyone love a cat more than a dog?
Because cats are adorable.
It's debatable.
It's pronounced Gif. It's Jif.
What is the point of decaf coffee?
EV, hybrid, plug-in hybrid. To each their own, electric. Find yours at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing in a new roommate to save money, is that the plan?
But we gotta find some way to save, so say hi to Glenn from work. Hey, that's my mom.
Yeah, I think I have a much better plan. We switched to my plan from Verizon for just $25 per line.
And that price is guaranteed for 3 years.
All on the network we can count on.
It's a good plan.
It is a good plan. Glenn, looks like we're not gonna be needing you, so I'll see you at work.
Oh, later, Mom.
Save big with my plan, starting at just $25 when you bring your own phones. Guaranteed for 3 years. It's your Verizon.
Lowe's knows a style refresh is even more refreshing
when it's at the right price.
That's why we pull our favorite looks together in store and in the app. So it's easy to get the look you want for less. You got this. We got you.
Old Trapper Beefs. Camping catastrophes. Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Metro! Attention, all students. Today, I'm calling on the trendsetters and the underdogs. The ones that were told they were too much, too small, too loud, or not loud enough. In this game, there's a position for everybody. We run and we throw.
We jump and we fly.
This game right here is our game. 1, 2, 3.
Sean Clifford is coming in just a moment's time. Green Bay 7, Cincinnati 3. First game of the preseason as we approach the conclusion of the first quarter. Graduated from St. Xavier, won an OHSAA state championship against St. Ignatius, of course. Overtime thriller. Two-time captain for Steve Speck on to Penn State. And he talked about, I'm just this kid from St. X. He and his brother, season ticket holders here at Paycor Stadium when he was still in high school. McPherson drives it away. And Goodson backpedaling. Only in the preseason are you taking this out from the 10. We'll get to the 21-yard line as McPherson comes off having put the Bengals on the board. That Bengals scoring drive was brought to you by your Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda dealers. 8 plays, 57 yards, just a shade over 4 minutes, 38-yarder to conclude.
Well, we got the GCL well represented here. Valentine on their defense. Now Clifford on offense.
Oh, you love to see it. 6'2", 218, fifth-round draft pick, rewrote the record book at Penn State. He'll hand off Patrick Taylor.
Mike, I was at practice Wednesday, and he came over and we chatted for about 5-10 minutes. He just had a big old smile on his face, happy to be here, excited about, had family watching him play. As you see right there, you have Marcus Bailey making the tackle, but he was excited. You could tell the excitement. I mean, you can tell the excitement when you're talking to a young man. He's just beaming, and so it was good just having a chance to talk to him at practice.
Jordan Love finishes 7 of 10 for 46 yards and the touchdown to Dobbs tonight. I think that's all we're going to see from the Packers ones this evening. Clifford fit that into a tight window. Toure across midfield. Inactive the first 6 games last year, but Toure has added 8 pounds of muscle over the offseason. Played the last 11, had 5 catches in that span.
Tell you what, that was a heck of a throw by Clifford, man. He just got back there, saw his wide receiver Toure open. He got it right into him between 2 black jerseys. Whoa, that's a heck of a throw for a rookie.
A 25-yard completion, and he's off on the right foot. So the Packers are in Cincinnati territory in the final 2 minutes of the opening quarter. A little bit awkward getting that out there. Taylor got drilled in the end by Jordan Battle. And a good negative play for this Cincinnati defense.
Yes, that exchange, Clifford kind of bobbled it and had to get rid of it right away. By that time, a lot of black jerseys over there, as you mentioned, Battle making the tackle. You see right there, Joseph Osai making sure that they didn't get around the end. Nice play, keeping that outside shoulder free, turning it back in for the Battle to make the play.
And Tufele did well to close off the edge in the absence of Tupou and Reeder tonight. 2nd and 13, Clifford. That's caught at the 45 and out of bounds. Malik Heath, undrafted rookie out of Ole Miss.
Clifford looking pretty comfortable back there throwing the football. He gets back there and checks it out, gets his receiver and delivers it right on the money.
Well, Anthony, some guys come into this game and go, I've never played in front of a crowd this big. Played at Penn State. He played in front of plenty of crowds.
Played in front of those big whiteouts.
Yeah.
You know?
1 for 3 on 3rd down for the Bengals. Packers are 1 for 2 tonight. Clifford, little jump throw, and leaping into the air, Jaden Reed. That's a catch and a first down.
Well, sometimes as a quarterback, you just throw it in the vicinity. You know your talent, and let him go get it, and he did it right there. Just put it up a little high. Well, that was a heck of a catch right there. Jaden Reed making, as his teammates get his jersey back over his shoulder pads. But you're right. Not only did he play in front of big crowds at Penn State, but figure the other places he had to come to. The Horseshoe in Columbus, the Big House in Michigan. So, you know, he's used to the big crowds.
And he's 3 for 3 for 49 yards. Wonderful start for the rookie for Green Bay. Fun start here. This game presented by Paramount Plus.
Meet Away's iconic suitcases, redesigned with even more traveler-friendly features. In new colors, inspired by the world. More color, more luggage, more travel. Shop at awaytravel.com.
USAA?
Uh-huh.
You were in the military?
No, my grandpa was. He passed membership to my mom, then me.
Huh.
Yeah, if your spouse, parent, or grandparent served, they could pass it to you.
I'll check it out.
USAA, for the military community and their families.
Senior Mayor, with this tower, I will make Pisa world famous. And you?
You can see towers like this in Rome, in Venice, in Florence.
But this one's round.
No, I don't know. Maybe a Red Bull will help you see it from a different slant.
Yes, I got it. We'll build it like this.
Perfetto!
Red Bull gives you wings.
Oh my goodness! Is this for real?
I pray for these moments.
Every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Largest comeback in NFL history.
To achieve the results you want, it doesn't happen on game day, it happens today.
Push each other. It's time to rewrite our story.
Welcome back to Cincinnati. Wonderful crowd here at Baycor Stadium is certainly alive as we start the second quarter and we start our preseason tradition anew. The Director of Player Personnel, Dick Tobin, kind enough to join us second quarter of every Bengals preseason game. Welcome back. Here we go.
Appreciate it. It's good to be back. It feels good to get back to football. We've been doing a lot of things other than that, and now we finally get to block and tackle and try to finish plays, and so it's fun.
It's the Packers with the football to start this second quarter. Clifford rolling, firing, and that's off the mark. Incomplete. Seeking Tucker Kraft. All right, what did you take away from that first quarter? Finally, I like how Anthony put it. It's no thuds. You're actually hitting guys.
Yeah, it's there's a transition for the guys, and I thought there was some good and some things we need to work on. And it's a beautiful night here at Paycor. I take that away. So I think the guys are starting to get into the flow of it a little bit and getting back to feeling football, because we don't get to do a lot of that in camp or the off season.
Well, one of the things I noticed, I did mention, now it's tackle football. They do get to tackle. And one of the young men that came up and put a couple good hits, Jordan Battle, number 27.
Yeah, Battle has shown up, and Dax made a good play from the middle of the field. So it's good to see some young safeties getting into it. And that's what Dax can do. He's got tremendous speed and range. And so that was good to see. And, there's still some things to clean up. The number one thing we're looking for is, can guys translate what they've learned mentally to a live game, and can they still play fast while doing that? It's more important. Yes, you love the splash plays, but what you really like to see is guys executing their assignments.
3rd down and 7 for Clifford and the Packers. Here comes a 5-man rush toward the end zone, in and out of the hands of Jaden Reed, and there is a flag. Alan George in coverage.
Pass interference. Defense number 42. The penalty places the ball at the spot of the foul.
The fans are in mid-season form.
Yeah, well, that's always in the eye of the beholder. We had one in that second drive of ours that looked suspiciously like a pass interference that didn't get called. So you don't like to see that, and you like to see him be a little cleaner at the catch point.
One of the things I talked about, and of course I'm not talking about just because I played the offensive line, but the 5 we started, none of them were rookies, and they had a chance to go against the first group of the Packers.
Yeah.
Browning under duress a little too much. You have some key guys in there that need to step up and be those backup guys.
We do. We had a couple. I think we had an early snap on that. On that backed up series where we started from the 10, and that threw the 3rd down play off. And yeah, we've got to clean that up, and it's good to get these reps out in the preseason.
Tyler Goodson plunges in for the Green Bay touchdown. So Green Bay ahead 13-3, less than a minute into the second quarter.
Nothing fancy, guys, just right up the gut there. Touchdown by the Packers. It's kind of like, okay, we're just going to come right at you and you try to stop us, huh?
Yeah, that's good tape to watch. It's good tape to watch.
Well, we talked a lot about the young receivers earlier with you, but number 16, Trenton Irwin, the guy just shows up.
Yeah, until he almost dropped it, and then he got it back. Exactly. And it's always exciting with Trenton, but he's 100 miles an hour no matter what.
Wide open. You're right, he had to wheel that baby back in.
You'll stick around a little longer, I hope.
You bet.
All right, 14-3 Green Bay. Big pass interference penalty aids the drive. This game presented by Paramount Plus.
Okay, and one more.
I think we got it.
Yeah, let's focus on the RV. Come on.
RV?
Okay, everybody look at the RV and smile.
This is what you want for your family portrait?
Good point. We bundled the boat with our home and auto first. Hey, team, get on in here.
Team? Oh. Fun.
Now everyone say 24/7 financial protection with Progressive. 24/7 financial protection with Progressive.
Okay.
Let's get some singles and me on the bike.
Honey?
Yeah.
It's hard to run a business on your own. With Shopify, you have everything you need to bring your dream business to life. Because when we work together, the future is bright. Start your journey with a free trial today.
Have you heard about this Samsung flip phone? You only have to look at it once, and then it gets stuck inside your mind or something. And the only way to stop it is to switch.
That was like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. There's no way I'd ever switch.
8 plays, 79 yards, and Green Bay their second touchdown drive in 3 tries. Packers a 14-3 lead. Saunders Carlson kickoff for Green Bay. A rookie, part of a pretty good family of kickers. Kwame Lassiter back to return for Cincinnati. He'll get his first crack at it. Will carry out of the end zone. Lassiter angles into the width and spins down at the 20-yard line. And here comes the Bengals offense once again. Duke Tobin stuck around over the commercial break to chat a little bit more. Duke, as it pertains to the offense here, Joe Burrow was out pregame. We showed that, but Jake Browning and Trevor Siemian are the ones that really have to prove something here.
Yeah, and it's such an important position, you know, and we need to have one of them step up and grab it and be ready to go if we have to have them. And so this preseason they'll get a lot of work, and they'll get and they'll get a chance to show what they can do, and we need one of them. We might need both of them.
Jake Browning getting the call to start here tonight off the low snap, completes to Tanner Hudson. And he's carried to the ground by Tavarius Moore.
It's interesting, you watch different things that these quarterbacks do, and you played quarterback yourself. But early on, Jake Browning's got a linebacker just barreling down, and he stood right in there.
Yeah.
Was not phased, completed the pass, and pretty good sized linebacker coming right at him, so that's got to impress you.
Well, over his career, he's seen that before. You know, he's played at high levels, particularly in college, and so that's nothing new to him. I think we want to see a guy going through his progressions, knowing how much time he has and getting rid of the ball when it has to get out.
Charlie Jones in motion, handoff, and there he goes. Evans flying across the 40-yard line, and eventually brought down by the shoelaces. And it's Shamar Jean-Charles who eventually got him down.
Well, you pull the backside guard and the tight end, and Evans springs loose, and he's got a couple white shirts that chasing him. That's a heck of a run there.
It's a really big preseason for Chris Evans, isn't it? Obviously,
it really
Chase
is.
Brown comes in too.
We know he's a really good pass receiver. We want to see what he can do carrying the ball. We want to see what he can do in pass protection, and he knows that, and that's a good step in the right direction there.
Browning flings it away. This is Jackson. His first catch for the Bengals, down to the 38. You know, all eyes on some of these young wide receivers, the guys that were drafted that came in with those expectations. Yosivash in the 6th round certainly is impressed in camp. But Charlie Jones as well get a chance in the return game, show a little bit of versatility.
Yeah, and on offense. And, you know, we want to see those young guys. We're going to need, you know, the next wave of guys to step up and be able to come in and play when we have to have them during the season. And both of them have shown that ability so far. So they're building on it. They're improving where they needed to improve. And they're showing the talent, you know, that we saw in him before we drafted him.
Andre, big body, 6'3", 205.
And really starting to catch the ball away from his body now, and really becoming confident in that, using his size. That's what big guys have to do. They got to be able to use their size, not let the ball get in on them. And he's really done a good job taking that on and making those improvements.
2 days ago, he said after the joint practices, I'm excited for Friday. I think these guys are scared of me. that's a rookie with a good attitude. Well. That is incomplete into the turf.
It's funny you mentioned out of practice.
They might have respect for him. I doubt that they're scared. By the time you get to the NFL, the fear factor is gone.
I was there in practice, and there's a guy talking back and forth with the Packers. And I looked, there's like number 8 of the rookie. I'm going, whoa, this guy's in bad.
There's Yosivash there.
That's another one of those calls that sometimes is, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And
whoa, yeah. Zach Taylor's got some thoughts.
I'm sorry, he should have charged him for that right before the ball got there. Wow.
No more bulletin board material. This is McPherson under the hold of Robbins from 51 yards.
Wow.
Been there, done that.
Well, he's pretty good. I think everyone in the stadium knows that, and that's why he's the only one we got, right?
Duke, appreciate the time, man.
You bet, guy.
We'll see you in Atlanta.
Thanks, Duke.
All right, man.
Bengals now have a couple of field goals to show for it. 38 yards and now 51. Not McPherson's first rodeo. Right down Main Street. 14-6 Green Bay. Preseason is presented by Paramount Plus.
Let's go!
Football kicks off.
And he's hit the end zone!
And NFL Network has every preseason game, starting with 10 live.
He goes up and gets it!
Big names.
Oh, what a catch!
Getting fresh starts.
Incredible!
Top picks. First action.
Makes the catch for a touchdown!
Football is on.
Caught for the touchdown!
Week 1 of the NFL preseason, live on NFL Network.
Sure, you'll teach her how to drive a car. Then use Greenlight to power her independence with crash detection with 911 dispatch, family location sharing, and emergency SOS alerts. Invest in your best investment with Greenlight.
KFC's Ultimate Barbecue Fried Chicken Sandwich. Fried chicken, crispy onions, bacon, cheese, pickles, and sweet honey barbecue sauce.
It's a barbecue in every bite of KFC's Ultimate Barbecue Sandwich.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis takes you off course, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When I wanted to see results fast, Rinvoq delivered rapid symptom relief and helped leave bathroom urgency behind. Check.
When UC tried to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC caused damage, Rinvoq came through by visibly repairing my colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief. Lasting steroid-free remission.
And a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
It's going to look just a little bit different here at Paycor Stadium this year. Some updates, some renovations, some cool new things. Green Bay 14, Cincinnati 6 early in the second quarter. That's Tyler Goodson, who's already got a rushing touchdown tonight. Back to return once again for the Packers. And with a full head of steam, wrestled down. And let's go down to Marissa for more on Paycor Stadium this year.
Well, that's right, Mike. The Bengals made it a point this offseason to invest in stadium enhancements to create a best in-class game day experience. New premier beverage options such as the East Sideline Bar, the Jungle Bar, and the Perch help create some of the vibrancy of the jungle and the Cincinnati city. There was also a concessions overhaul that creates 70 self-service kiosks, 14 grab-and-go style markets to increase the overall speed of service so fans can get back to their seats to not miss the action.
Thank you, Marissa. How about you, me, and Anthony with the Canopy Crazies finding our way up there? I formation for Clifford. Fakes to the deep back. Tosses over the middle. That's another completion. Fantastic start for the rookie in his debut. Hits Malik Heath in stride. First down.
Well, Mike, you'll see that Clifford has plenty of time and a little play action fake. Good protection, but he finds his wide receiver right away. The receivers are getting open quickly. Malik Heath right there, wide open, and Clifford getting the ball to him.
Injured Bengal. They'll attend to him. We'll step aside here in Cincinnati.
We're reinventing our network
with smarter, more efficient routes, so you can deliver more value to your customers.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
Designing an SUV for the electric age means redesigning what an SUV can be. Introducing the Polestar 3, the SUV for the electric age.
With NFL Red Zone,
here we go.
You get every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
We were built for days like today.
Go to NFL.com/redzone and get it now.
Experience the NFL like never before. You hear that? It's game time, baby! Woo! Even earn a tunnel walk with your favorite team. Apply for the NFL Extra Points credit card and live your rewards.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.
Joe Bocci is headed toward the injury tent. The fourth-year player from Berea High School to Michigan State. Here's the tackle he made. Key special teams guy. Remained down for a moment, and a little lack of depth now at that linebacker spot. Huge special team player for the Bengals last year. Able to walk off under his own power. 1st and 10. There is nothing there.
Jay Tufile making a play there. Number 97, defensive tackle. As it comes out after making a nice play. Also, you have number 1 pick, number 99, Miles Murphy in there.
Patrick Taylor with the carry. 25-year-old out of Memphis. Clifford motioning Tucker Kraft, a 3rd-round pick out of SDSU. And the tackle made short of the sticks at the 40-yard line. Catch made by Bo Melton. The Bengals scoring drive was brought to you by your Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda dealers. 6 plays for 47 yards. McPherson seals the deal from 51.
And it cleared by quite a bit. I tell you what, listening to him kick the ball at practice, oh my goodness. It's like, boom. It's a big thump.
Back when you were playing, they weren't shortening the goalpost, were they?
No.
No, but he does.
Yeah.
3rd down and 6 for Green Bay. Clifford throws, intercepted. That's a pick 6. Tyson Anderson. He needs a big preseason. That'll open a lot of eyes. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
It's interesting that he's one of the guys that, need to watch. 2nd-year player out of Toledo. The Toledo Rocket. Clifford throws it, and Tyson Anderson making a nice play on the football, and he's gone. 6 points.
He's a Rocket, all right.
Yep. He took off after he got it. Wow.
Big hit laid by Dominique Davis. And Clifford, who had been nearly perfect, picked off by Tyson Anderson, who runs it back 41 yards for the score. McPherson. Bengals aren't trying to tie it. Not yet.
Yep.
1-point game. Well, there's a learning moment for a young quarterback. It'll happen from time to time.
Yep. And you mentioned number 72, Dominique Davis, putting the heat on him and hit him just as he threw it.
I'm sure he's been hit by 6'2", 326 a time or two, but that one probably felt a little different.
Yeah, not just hit by that size, but going full speed. Coming around. I think it adds a little more with that velocity. Look at number 72, gets past the right guard, and boom! Well, I tell you what, I know we're focusing on the pick 6, but the move that Dominique Davis put on the guard, Sean Ryan, was unbelievable. A little stutter inside, then he beat him around the outside.
Tyson Anderson Mark at 43 yards for the touchdown. This preseason huge. He's been around the block with the team now for a while, Anthony, but they've just drafted another safety in the 3rd round. Dax Hill in, 1st-round pick a year ago. You bring in Nick Scott. You've got Mike Thomas, who is the special teams ace. Where does he fit into this? He needs to be great this preseason.
He really does, and not only on, making plays like that on the defense, but he's got to make plays on special teams.
For the first time, fair catch called for. This is in the end zone, which means Green Bay can pick the hash that they want. Zach Taylor made an interesting note. He said if you fair catch in the field of play, you have to play off the hash on which you catch it with the new fair catch rules this year. And then he explained why that's significant as a play caller. He said 90% of your plays are on one hash or the other, not in the middle. And so where the ball gets placed, maybe not a big deal in the grand scheme, but matters.
You know what? And it's interesting because most people wouldn't even think about that.
I didn't.
It's just like, hey, just lay the ball out there, you're going to run a play. But now, you get a little more field one side or the other, and that, your routes and things you're doing, that comes into play.
That's a handoff. Goodson driven back to Fele once again into the backfield.
Oh, great penetration right there to Fele in the background, in the backfield. Like, yeah, I got you. I got you. Wow.
Played in 7 games last year, and in those games they played about a third of the snaps. He was huge when Reeder and Tupou both simultaneously out. That's a 3-yard loss, and 2nd and 13 for Green Bay. Play blown dead.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And the jungle helps to force a penalty here from Green Bay.
Well,
game clock.
2nd and long.
Please reset the game clock to 8 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay, maybe I can do a little pass rush here. Got the tight end over on his side, so he's got a little tackle has a little help over there, slowing things down.
Matt LaFleur looks on, the 43-year-old in his 5th year at the helm for Green Bay. Little screen for Goodson. Goodson spins free across the 20 and gets back to that initial line of scrimmage. Actually get back to the 26-yard line and make it 3rd down and 9. Shaka Hayward in on the stop. Cameron and Connor, his cousins.
Good call by the Packers right here. Clifford looking to his left and then throwing it off to the right. Nice gain there on 2nd down, giving them a little more reasonable 3rd and 9 now instead of 3rd and forever.
Clifford, 4-man rush. Evades, fires downfield. What a dime to Samori Toure. 1st down, Green Bay.
Wow. So he's got plenty of time right here. He kind of rolls to his left and sees that Allen George is out there on the cover. But, wow, that was a heck of a throw right there.
He knows just the guy to go to. Toure, about a 20-yard catch proposition. Best in the Big Ten as he finished at Nebraska after 3 years at Montana. 28-yard completion that time around. Past the midway point in the 2nd quarter. Clifford, handoff, Goodson. Rugby scrum to the 42. Jeff Gunter at the bottom of the pile.
Give the Bengals defense some credit. They're not getting big yardage running the football. It's that play action. It's the quick passes. And then Clifford having a little too much time to kind of get flush and extend the play and get it downfield.
Two coaches who know each other well. Zach Taylor made a point to say these joint practices are great with a guy you trust on the other sideline. Together in L.A. once upon a time. Attempted an arm tackle. Goodson goes down in the backfield, and there's a flag on the play. DJ Ivey in on that stop.
I think it was either Tufele being held or Gunther. They were both
holding. Offense number 70. 10-yard
both in
penalty.
the backfield.
Down.
Wasn't held, he was tackled. He was taken down, I tell you what. Wow.
Royce Newman. Played a bit of right tackle, a bit of right guard last year, was the full-time starter 2 seasons ago. 4th-round pick out of Ole Miss.
That play looked like a little bit of championship wrestling, too.
From the top rope.
It's a good takedown.
We'll set him back here. 2nd and 16. Clifford pumps, tosses over the middle. Dobbs. Beg your pardon, Patrick Taylor out of the backfield, the running back. Shaka Hayward, the tackle.
Good tackle by Hayward. And he came up and nailed him. Boom.
You know, if they had chosen not to accept the penalty, it would have been 3rd and 9. It's 3rd and 9 anyways. 3 for 5 on 3rd down, Green Bay.
Oh, good play. Good play.
Tackle made by Keandre Jones, and Taylor nowhere near the 1st down marker. And Green Bay's offense not moving just yet. They're at the 40.
You get the lineman released out there, but Jones making a nice play, getting past the blocker, making the tackle. Number 18 there trying to block on Jones. It was Malik Heath, but Jones got right past him to make the tackle. So excellent play there.
4th down and 5. Clifford toward the sideline, incomplete. Ball knocked away by DJ Turner.
Well, look here, DJ Turner turns on the football, and look at right here, he turns and he sees it. He knows the ball's in the air. Instead of just covering the guy, he turns and he affects the pass. Excellent play by DJ Turner, aware of where the football is. Turns and makes a play on it.
Turnover on downs, and Cincinnati will start from their own 41-yard line with a chance to grab the lead before halftime. Browning continues, one-handed snag of the snap, and completes to Tanner Hudson. Let's go down to Marissa on the sideline.
Thanks, Mike. I am joined by Orlando Brown. Orlando, the Bengals made it clear that they wanted you as the left tackle of the future for the franchise. Why did you feel like Cincinnati was the best fit and best place for you?
Yeah, I mean, you just look at what they've been able to create has been special. And, you know, I feel like this was a team that, you know, is very competitive. Obviously, starts with, you know, Zach and everything that he does, and obviously Joe from there on out and throughout the building, man. It's a winning-like culture here over the last few years. It was something I really wanted to be a part of.
When you take a look at you and Cordell on the left side of that line, I mean, the size that the two of you bring, I'm not sure if there's a bigger duo in the league like that. How have you, the two of you, been gelling, and how have you been gelling with the rest of the guys on the O-line?
Really just communicating. That started in the offseason during OTAs and minicamp, getting together, spending time together off the field. And most importantly, when we're out there right now with the pads on, just seeing and feeling the same thing. You know what I mean? That's the most important part of between a tackle and guard is just the continuity.
I saw you and Joe Mix talking a little bit over there ago. How excited are you to block and open up the holes for him, and how many yards is Joe Dean going for the season?
Oh, man, 2 racks. We got to get him at least 2 racks somehow, all purpose. But, I mean, I'm super excited to be with him, man. He's the best teammate I've had on all 3 levels, and what a great guy, man. He's you know, we came into college together at 18 years old and been able to grow together, and now I'm balling with my man again. I'm excited for it.
And real quick, Orlando, I have to ask, you always have this foxtail around. Can you tell us the story behind it?
Oh, man, I mean, to keep it simple, I started wearing it my freshman year of college. Things been going really well since, so.
Seems like you're going to continue with it?
Absolutely.
Appreciate the time, Orlando.
Well, appreciate you guys.
I still don't get it, but I love it. I do.
I think it's great.
You think he's going to block for a 3rd NFL MVP?
I hope so.
Yeah?
I tell you, I do hope so.
Orlando Brown coming over from Kansas City, of course drafted by Baltimore. And the centerpiece acquisition for the offensive line this offseason after a total revamp last year. That's Lassiter, another catch on this drive as we approach the 2-minute warning. Let's go down to Marissa for an injury update.
Yeah, guys. Well, we saw Joe Bacci go off earlier. He is questionable to return to this game with a chest injury. Yusef Corker has also been declared out with a left hamstring injury for the Bengals. Mike?
Thank you, Marissa. Corker played in preseason against Cincinnati last year with New York and then ended up signing onto the practice squad but didn't feature. And Bacci, of course, critical on special teams to backup linebacker. Browning throws a strike. Leaping over the 30-yard line. Tanner Hudson, another catch in this first half.
We've called his name several times. At the end of this play is not what I would like to see. Trying to get over and hits the ground hard. And he's still on the ground, but wow.
That's the 4th catch for Hudson. Browning's found his tight end. We found the 2-minute warning, presented by Paramount Plus.
Hey, Emma.
We need a mattress, right?
Yeah?
I've been doing a little research.
Little?
The Safa Classic has 2 layers of springs that contour to your body.
Nice, but...
It has a 3-inch Euro pillow top, Dan.
Oh,
and it's half the price of retail.
But I just wanted to know about dinner.
Look at this premium quality. And it's half the price of retail stores.
Hey, can we talk? So, I know that you love football, but maybe too much?
Not saying it.
Not seeing it? Oh. Defense?
Wins championships.
Okay. Let's go big.
Up your game with top brand TVs from Best Buy.
Here's a closer look at how much...
Okay, Dad, next take, more speed.
More speed.
The best performance is high performance. Find it at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Old Trapper Beefs. Fake protein.
Can we take a protein break? Check it. I got my beans, my bars, my goos, my glums. I think Goop was a bad choice.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
Let's go!
Football kicks off.
And he's in the end zone!
And NFL Network has every preseason game, starting with 10 live.
He goes up and gets it.
Big names.
Oh, what a catch!
Getting fresh starts.
Incredible!
Top picks. First action.
Makes the catch for a touchdown!
Football is on.
Caught for the touchdown!
Week 1 of the NFL preseason, live on NFL Network.
Let's say you're an eagle nesting in the land of giants. Now that YouTube TV is the home of NFL Sunday Ticket, you can watch up to 4 live games at once, which should make everyone happy. See diving catches from the Cowboys, interceptions from the Saints, sacks from the Bills, and touchdowns from the Eagles. Being a fan just got easier. NFL Sunday Ticket, now on YouTube TV.
Welcome back, Scott Hansen in the NFL Network studios. Other games going around the league. Pittsburgh at Tampa Bay and the Bucs on the board. How about Baker Mayfield hitting the rookie 6th-round draft pick out of Nebraska, Trey Palmer. Little corner of the end zone, getting both feet in bounds. Nice job by the young man. Started his career at LSU, transferred to Nebraska, 6th-round pick. Baker Mayfield, meanwhile, 8 of 9 passing. The Steelers have the lead 14-7. We're out of the 2-minute warning timeout. Back live to Cincy.
This is Jake Browning. Browning out of bounds on 1st down and 10 in the final 2 minutes of the first half. Cincinnati trying to gain the lead for the first time here in the preseason opener.
I tell you what, left side of the offensive line doing a nice job of taking the D-line around Jake Brown. And Jake doing a good job of stepping up, feeling that pressure, and then flushing out. Not just standing back there and letting those guys get him from the backside. Good move there by Jake Browning.
Browning going to go the whole first half here, and we'll see what lies ahead. Trevor Siemian may make his Bengals debut in the second. Browning lobs incomplete. That was Evans on a screen that nearly went horribly wrong. And that is conveniently incomplete. Colby Wooden.
Big defensive line. He's like, I'm going to get this, baby. Nope, right through his hands.
Oh, man.
His eyes were probably really big as that ball was coming towards him.
That's it. He's a guy who wants to be a vet. I love that comment from him. I want to be a vet. I want to ask everyone, how do you do that? You'll be working with the wide receivers this week.
Yep.
Browning fires. Incomplete. Browning got spilled at the end. Lassiter the target. 4th down. And the Bengals will try and grab the lead with a field goal. John Charles in coverage.
Yeah, they're letting a little bit of that contact go on with the Packer secondary and the wide receivers of the Bengals. There's been 2 or 3 questionable where a little grabbing, a little physical before the ball got there.
McPherson's been busy tonight. A point after and a couple of field goals. He's made from 38 and 51. If you're going to rest him, it would probably mean Logan Wilson. 39 this time. Got it. Perfection once again from Evan McPherson, who's watched the entire battery change around him. Bengals by 2. Well, everyone who was watching the enshrinement ceremony for the Pro Football Hall of Fame has waited a long time to see this. Legendary Bengals corner Ken Riley posthumously enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton last Saturday. 207 games over 15 seasons for the Bengals, a team record 65 interceptions, which ranks tied for 5th in NFL history. Ken Riley II represented his father at the NFL honors when he was introduced, of course, by Riley's former Bengals teammate, Pro Football Hall of Famer Anthony Munoz. Riley passed away in 2020 at the age of 72, one of 2 senior nominees selected in this year's class. He joins Cowboys linebacker Chuck Howley and Jets defensive lineman Joe Klecko. I know you've waited a very long time for this, Anthony, and you of course were excellent. As this bobbled at the goal line and carried across the 5. Only out to the 9-yard line with 1:32 to go in this second quarter. Anthony, what did it mean to you to be in Canton for that?
I tell you what, Mike, I've been in 25 years, and it's still kind of a pinch myself moment every time I go up for the induction. But to finally get a teammate as a fellow Hall of Famer, Kenny Riley, and sadly, and the sad thing about it is that he's no longer with us. But for me, to be able to make the call to Ken, his son, to let him know his dad was going in this past January, and then for them to choose me to present the jacket Friday night at the gold jacket ceremony, you talk about an emotional moment for me, for something that just meant so much, an honor to be asked to do that and to be there with the family all weekend. Not only was he a great football player, as you rattled off the stats, 65 INTs, 5, number 5 all time, but what a great person. For a rookie to come in, for myself to come in, and to have one of the guys be Kenny Riley that you learned from, even though he was on the defensive side of the ball, to learn from him what it meant to be a professional on the field and a professional off the field. I mean, what more can you ask for coming into the NFL as a rookie and having a guy like Kenny Riley be there on your team? You played with him for, I think, 4 years. As you see right there, my name right next to his on the Ring of Honor here at Paycor Stadium. It meant so much to be with this family, not only during the Gold Jacket event, the induction, but the party afterwards, to share it with his family and friends and former teammates.
Dumped off over the middle across the 10-yard line. That's forever, partner. Of course, the Rattler, 15 seasons in the league, but of course went on to a really impressive post-career in college athletics as well.
Tell you what, Coach, I believe it was an AD. I mean, just, you talk to individuals that played for him, that knew him, friends, and, I mean, it was just They loved the man. They respected the man, and it doesn't surprise me. Look at that, 15 seasons with the Cincinnati Bengals, all here in Cincinnati. 65 interceptions. I mean, think about some of the guys he was defending, some of the quarterbacks, and they could. How about this? They could not touch the wide receiver. They had to play, and I mean, it was just like in 65 picks. I mean, what a great career, and I'm thrilled to have him now, not only as a teammate when I was playing with Cincinnati, but a Hall of Fame teammate. Clifford completes a much-needed first down at the tail end of the half. A flag goes flying. That was Dontavian Wicks, the 19th receiver taken in this year's draft, the 5th round out of Virginia. Penalties declined. First down with 1:15 remaining in the half. Seen Zach's face a couple of times on calls against us, non-calls against him. I think he's a little miffed on the PI calls tonight. It's preseason for everybody. I know it is. I know it is. First down and 10. All 3 timeouts for Green Bay. Clifford stepping up, got hit as he threw, wings it into the flat. Taylor out of bounds. Coverage from DJ Turner. Bengals grabbing the lead right before halftime, and that Bengals scoring drive was brought to you by your Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Honda dealers. That's a 9-play drive. Sees McPherson convert his 3rd field goal of the half. Excellent pressure by the Bengals defensive line right there on Clifford. Second down. Clifford wings it over the middle. It is intercepted. It's another one for Tyson Anderson. He's the big dog tonight. A pick 6 and now another right before halftime. I tell you what, he had to fight for that one. Excellent coverage. That was not a gimme. He took it. Look at that. Great coverage. He's battling the wide receiver right there for the football. Number 85, Tucker Kraft, in fact, the tight end. And he out-battles him for the football. Tyson Anderson with number 2. He's came to play tonight. 5th round pick in 2022. Hamstring injury. Ended his season before it started. They traded up to get him. And Tyson Anderson showing why. So with 1:04 remaining in the second quarter, the Bengals will have a short field, which is how the Packers got their opening score here tonight from about this area. So they're number 1 last year. Dax Hill makes that nice play on the long pass. And you have Tyson Anderson, the 2nd round pick last year, with 2 picks. Cincinnati will have 1 timeout to work with. And this, of course, reviewed as all turnovers are, including failed turnover on failed 4th down conversion attempts, rather. Those are now reviewable this year as well. Tell you what, that last shot looked like an interception. And here's one of those situations the coach was talking about. What do you want to see your team tonight? I want to see them in situations. Here you have a minute before, just before halftime with the football. It counts. 2 picks tonight of Clifford by Tyson Anderson. And Cincinnati will try and tack on a little more here at the end of the half. Browning, ball out of the hands of the leaping wide receiver. That's Shedrick Jackson. A pretty decent camp. They go with the empty backfield, split 5 guys out. That ball just took off on Browning right there. 10 of 16 for 95 yards. High snap. Browning stands, delivers. Out of the hands of Jackson and picked off. And racing upfield, it's Valentine. And Valentine, in his return to Cincinnati,
of Moeller and Kentucky fame will celebrate this one for a long, long time.
Plenty of time for Browning right there. Threw the ball just a little high through the hands of Jackson. And Valentine right there to eat it up after it went through his hands. Just a little bit high. It wasn't that high, but just out of the reach of Jackson.
He was a wide receiver, Valentine, in high school. It was as a junior that they moved him to corner. And that's worked out for him.
It really has. Nice interception here. I'm sure he's got some friends, family watching here in-house.
No doubt. Oh, what a missile that is. Wicks wiggles back the other way and down around the 20. Clifford tosses a strike and burns the first Packers timeout. Dontavian Wicks out of Virginia. Eventually brought down by Jones.
Wow, Clifford doing a nice job. Hits that spot, and wow, he spins that baby, and it wasn't a very big hole there. I tell you what, he got it into Wicks with a Bengal defender right there. I believe it was number 38 that was right, DJ Ivy, who had not bad coverage.
47 yards. Clifford certainly not trigger shy after a couple of picks.
No, he's not.
Check out those numbers. He's seen as many hit the ground as got caught by Tyson Anderson. Otherwise, he's been right on it. A couple of timeouts remaining for Green Bay at the end of the first half. Clifford throws over the middle, batted down. Incomplete. Jordan Battle, the top graded coverage safety the last 3 years in college football by Pro Football Focus.
That was a heck of a play by Jordan Battle, the third-round pick out of Alabama. Wow.
You know, we really didn't know we were going to get out of Battle because he'd been so dinged up over the course of camp, but he played for Saban. He does a lot of things really well.
I tell you what, been knocking passes down, but making tackles. We've called number 27 quite a bit today.
2nd and 10. Clifford will run inside the 15. Clifford out of bounds around the 5 with first down yardage and 25 ticks to go.
Shaka Hayward had a chance at number 50. You'll see coming up, but Clifford gets around him. Tell you what, Clifford looking pretty good tonight, other than those 2 picks.
4 different offensive coordinators in 6 years at Penn State. Still as good as a Nittany Lion they've ever had. Fits that in a tight window for a touchdown. Tyler Davis. And Green Bay rests the lead back with 22 seconds left in the first half.
You take that pick 6 away, which I tell you what, Anderson doing a nice job jumping on it. Then his second interception actually had to fight for it. So it wasn't a terrible pass. He fought for it. Clifford's had, he's looked pretty sharp.
25 seconds to go, 66 yards. Clifford now 193 yards. A touchdown one way, a touchdown the other. And Green Bay leads 21-16 on the Carlson extra point. Well, Green Bay came in. They were going to play their ones for 3-4 series. They get a chance to see Jordan Love lead a pretty good drive. And then they hand the keys over to Clifford, who's zipped the team up and down the field. The Bengals never put their ones in this game except for Dax Hill. As we approach the end of this first half, it's been a competitive, a fun game, but it sees Green Bay ahead here.
And you got a great point. I mean, you got all the number 2s, originally playing against the starters, which is great experience for the number 2s of the Bengals. So, you can look at it that way, but still, it has been an excellent game. I tell you what, it's very competitive. even though, but we got to give Clifford a lot of credit the way he's come out, overcome adversity. You know, it's easy for a young guy to throw a pick six and really kind of fold, but man, he, like you said, he's not gun shy. He came back out. He threw the second pick, but he continues to come out and be very accurate.
There's some teaching moments for Lou Anarumo to work on with some of these younger players looking to establish themselves for the Bengals. Carlson will kick to Kwame Lassiter. Lassiter will let this go. And the Bengals see if they just choose to leak off the last 22 seconds or do something here with one timeout to their name. Back-to-back AFC Championship game appearances for Cincinnati. Won the conference 2 years ago. This Green Bay team missed the postseason last year. Aaron Rodgers traded to the New York Jets. Two teams in different places as Browning takes a knee and sends us to halftime. Good chance we'll see Trevor Siemian.
I think that's what will probably happen. I think is what we heard.
Let's go down to Marissa.
Thanks, Mike. Well, Lou, Tyson Anderson.
It's
Falcons have the ball in 30 seconds.
Ready?
Magnesium. That's right.
All the time you've given them. All the dreams you have for them.
This is the last time. Yeah, I know, Mom. Run.
All of it can happen. The Georgia Lottery has raised more than $26.5 billion to fund education in Georgia, including the Hope Scholarship and pre-K programs. Because in Georgia, hope finds a way.
All right, this Falcons defense, think about what they've done. They forced Miami, interception, punt. They turned it over on downs, back-to-back possessions, and then a punt. So now they have the ball back here offensively, starting at the 30. Leading 6-0. Justin Kutcher, Coy Wire, DJ Shockley, Jen Hill here with you on the broadcast. Carlos Washington in the backfield. Woodside with plenty of time goes downfield, and it's dropped. In and out of the hands of Josh Ali.
Everything was done right. It was a perfect route. He sold the stutter and go. It's a stutter and go. Nice job of the Logan holding the safety, and everything is done right to the very end and just pulling it in. That had a big play written all over it, and Logan, you could tell that hurt right there.
Oh, look at the reaction by everyone.
That ball was put
no
on
camera
the money, too.
Here in the booth. Woodside able to dump it off. Washington makes one man miss, able to fall forward. Nicely done by Carlos Washington. This is a rookie, undrafted free agent. Last year at Southeast Louisiana, guys, he had 15 rushing touchdowns as a senior. So you know this guy knows how to get the ball into the end zone.
Tough runner. He's got short area quickness, a little bit of that jitterbug in him, and look at some opportunities tonight because this offensive line has been opening holes for the running backs.
3rd and 2. Do the Falcons keep it on the ground again? It is on the ground. And this is going to be very close. Washington, let's see where they spot it. Sarah Thomas came in. And it's going to be 4th and 1.
Don't you want to just go for it in the preseason?
Yep.
I mean, he is.
No hesitation.
It's a good play by the Dolphins there on the backside. Malik Reed just goes down the line of scrimmage and makes this play. A big 4th and 1 here.
Handoff. Falcons have the first down. Carlos Washington Again, and you know, it's funny because we were talking with Arthur Smith yesterday, and he mentioned the offensive lineman in him, right? That 4th and 1, I almost saw that offensive lineman like, go for it, no hesitation.
And I love the quick count here. There's a lot of Dolphins that get set or get ready or try to figure out what's going to happen. Quick count, get downhill now, move a guy 1 inch, and you pick up a first down. That's all you like.
Was there any doubt it was going to be a run right down there?
Igwebuike now in. He takes the handoff, breaks a tackle across midfield. And you know what's fun to think about and the excitement, think about the backfield for this Falcons team this year. You got a guy in Tyler Algier who was a 1,000-yard rusher last year. You've got Cordero Patterson, who's a Swiss Army knife. And oh, by the way, your first-round pick, Bijan Robinson, is an absolute stud.
Options, options, and more options. And we're not even talking about the tight ends, the depth at receiver. I mean, this is going to be a fun offense to watch this year.
Woodside completes this pass. It's to Xavier Malone, and that's a first down here for the Falcons. And I got to be honest, I've been impressed so far by Logan Woodside.
And here's what's important is you've been able to run the football well enough where you can go play action and watch him step up. You see him step up in that pocket nice and easy, has room, and a nice job of stair step here by Malone and coming flat across and a nice ball, easy catchable ball here by Logan Woodside. Falcons on the move.
27-yard completion to the guy they call Zay. Low. Handoff. Igwebuike.
And a guy like Godwin Igwebuike, he may not be playing for this team. As you mentioned, the depth at running back, and you have that stud right there. Look at that head of hair. Look at the mullet beside it. I'm not going to not mention that either. That's incredible salad hanging on the back of the hat. But this offense is loaded with running backs, right? Cordero Patterson including, who can get back there. But a guy like Godwin Igwebuike, who's out here running really well tonight, showing burst, showing ability to break tackles, showing vision. He's auditioning for 31 other teams, right, Shock?
Really? Here he is up the middle, and you could see the strength. 6 feet, 213 pounds. Lowers the shoulder.
And Corey, you bring up a great point. You talk about auditioning for 31 other teams. You want to make it hard on the Falcons to cut you, but there's 31 other teams that's going to watch this tape. The Dolphins had 2 days with the Falcons, so they know what these guys are all about. You put some good tape out right now for everybody to see.
Keeping it on the ground. And it looks like they're right at the line, and they are going to get the first down.
They've really been setting up this stretch zone over and over again. I wouldn't be surprised now what this offense does is that allows you then to pull that ball and have a little play action off of it. They might try to hit them with that, but you know what? The offensive lineman and Coach Smith could also say, we've been running the ball down their throat, so we're going to keep doing it all the way into the end zone.
Carlos Washington is now in at tailback. Penny Hart in motion. There is the play action and the pass. Oh, nice catch. Brought in very nicely by Tucker Fisk, the first-year player out of Stanford, has 1 year under his belt, excuse me.
Big props to Jay. She say Tucker Fisk had to change his shoes and change his cleats after halftime. Maybe that helped him coming.
They're covering.
Pass interference defense, number 28. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul, automatic first down.
Yeah, Lowe is the free agent from Liberty College.
And Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator,
38.
said we're just going to come out and test you on the first play. And Deron Lowe was actually in pretty good position there. Impeding the receiver, trying to look back at the ball is his malfunction. He was in such good position. All he had to do was turn around and play the football. They wouldn't have thrown the flag. And a lot of young corners get that uncomfortable feeling when they're in that out of phase, in phase position. And he wanted to put his hand on him, and it's a spot foul and penalties. Not good for the Bucs on defense so far this game.
Bell takes the pitch. Terrific analysis of that coverage or lack thereof by a Hall of Fame defensive back.
I mean, I was never ever called for pass interference down the field.
I know, at least you, according to you, you were.
I had a good coach, and there he is.
Yep. Great influencer of men.
He really is. He really, really is.
And always a pleasure to talk to. After a 2-yard pickup, Rudolph completes inside the 30, falling forward for the first down. Darnell Washington, who is, they drafted him in the 3rd round from Georgia. He's big. He's a former basketball player, 6'7", a guy who would block out the sun or even the humidity, probably as big as he is.
I mean, he was a little outshone at Georgia by the other tight end there, but this guy is a difference maker. Obviously, he's the 3rd or 4th tight end on the roster right now, listed wise, but I think by the time the season comes around, you're going to see a lot of him and Pat Freiermuth playing playing 2 tight end sets. And this offense, this Steelers offense, they're trying to evolve as well, just like the Bucs are. They want to get more run centric. Najee Harris, we all know he's a great back, but he wasn't very efficient running the football last year. So in an effort to try to, inject some urgency into the run game, they go draft a guy like this who obviously can catch the ball with his size, but it has great ability in the blocking game as well, which he did a lot of at Georgia.
Washington comes back in, number 80. Darius Hagan's the running back now, rookie from Virginia State, undrafted free agent. 2nd down, 7 to throw, and off his hands, he was open. Cody White couldn't hold it. Would have been a first down.
It's your journey on every.
Those receivers got all that money, and you always have to have a quarterback, obviously, but just more and more it seems like teams want to get back to the run. Even though the running back, his salary-wise, is devalued, but they're thinking, hey, we'll use multiple backs and control the clock.
I don't think we have enough time on this broadcast to talk about the devaluation of running backs, but you're right, and it's all cyclical to me. Obviously, teams want to have quarterbacks that can throw and run, but more and less now. Quarterbacks in the NFL are runners. It has opened up the playbook so much for offensive coordinators.
Some time, but out of the pocket. Sickles is receiver, but they were not on the same page, and it's going to be the 4th down.
Really good coverage down the field by the Bucs right there. And the defensive end, the outside linebacker, I think that was Cam Gill again.
All over today.
Or maybe it's not. It's not Cam Gill. It's 46. Hamilcar Rashid does a good job, like redirecting and going down the line of scrimmage. See a lot of defensive ends or outside linebackers, whatever, rushmen, really try to take an angle straight to the quarterback. But all you want to do is make him not pass the line of scrimmage. He did a great job there.
43-yard field goal try. It's up there. It's out there, and he worked it through there. B.T. Potter, 2 for 2. Extra points and field goals, and the Steelers take the second half kickoff and add to their lead. 20-7 here in the 3rd at Raymond James Stadium.
Keeping what looked like it could be a shot at some yards. It ended up being about a 3-yard, 4-yard gain.
Yeah, anytime Eric Ezukama touches the ball, you're like, uh-oh, what's going to happen next? Skylar Thompson in the shotgun. Handoff. Cut up the middle by Achane. And Achane picks up some positive yards.
Two nice plays there on 1st and 2nd down, creating a little lane there. But we've seen this for the majority of the ball game. The offense has been able to move the football, but it's just been really good when they get in the red zone.
On 1st down, handoff to Achane. And He's got nowhere to go, but we've got somewhere to go. There is a flag on the play. You know what? That gives us more time with the starting quarterback, Desmond Ridder. Let's go down to Jen Hale.
He's getting to watch tonight, guys, but the real work begins very soon next week. Desmond, thanks for taking a little time with us. Tell us where you're at, how you're feeling going into the season. 4 starts at the end of last season, 0 interceptions. Where's your confidence level, and how have you grown?
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, we've worked all this offseason to grow and build as a team, and so, you know, just to get out here and show it, you know, even, you know, some of the starters aren't out here tonight, but all the guys that have worked and, you know, worked their butts off to be on this team, everyone's just out here showing it, so we're excited.
Peyton Manning, Steve Bartkowski, just a few of the former great quarterbacks I talked to this summer that wax poetic about you. Who are some of the folks that you've learned the most from that you look up to?
Yeah, really all my coaches, you know, all the way going back from high school all the way till now. You know, a lot of those guys are people that, you know, have helped me come along and be where I'm at. You know, I'll be forever thankful for them.
How's your offensive line shaping up this season?
Oh, they're doing great. All those boys up front, you know, Big Love, that's who we run through. We run through O-line and D-line. So those guys are running like a well-oiled machine, and it's just going to be fun to get them live.
Dolphins on the move. We'll see what your defense can do. Real quick, I got to ask you, during training camp, y'all had an unusual situation. You stay in dorms during training camp, 4 guys to a room. Obviously, there's 3 quarterbacks, so Bijan Robinson roomed with you. Do you have any good stories about your roommate?
Nah, he likes caramel frappuccinos. That's all I know. Nah, you know, we had to make a late night run one time, and he came back with a caramel frappuccino. So it's pretty funny.
Are you excited about him and the Swiss Army knife that he's supposed to turn out to be?
Yeah, I'm real excited. You know, Bijan, you know, his own.
I think he mentioned that last one more than just once, protecting the football. So, yeah, I think the key things that those quarterbacks have to do is they see to earn that second job behind Joe Burrow.
30 career starts for the last QB picked in 2015. Simeon into the flat, and with a little hesitation, Lassiter into the sideline.
Got some new linemen in there. We have Hakeem Adeniji at the left tackle. We have Ben Brown at left guard. You see right here with plenty of time, Simeon throwing out to Lassiter. Get some more linemen getting some reps.
Here's the new guys.
I think that's Nate Gilliam, number 66 at center.
Snap from Gillum. And that's a handoff. It's Evans. Not a lot of carries in that first half with the Bengals running backs. Just 6 for 44 yards. Wilson in on the tackle.
You have DeAndre Smith, played left tackle in the first half. Now he's over on the right side playing right tackle. And Jackson Kirkland, free agent from Washington, the only rookie in the offensive line room this year.
Both these teams are veteran-heavy offensive lines. Good news for the quarterbacks. Simeon, that is through the hands of Josivash. And it'll bring up 4th down. Green Bay with a 5-point lead. Haven't seen Robbins kick a ball yet. Here we go. Rookie out of Michigan. Prodigious hang time artist. Mission accomplished. No return. Bengals trail by 5. Packers have the ball.
Now on the Domino's app, wherever you drop a pin, you can get pizza dropped off.
Here you are.
Thank you. It's new Domino's Pinpoint Delivery.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. New Pro Enamel Active Shield actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. It really works.
USAA?
Uh-huh.
You were in the military?
No, my grandpa was. He passed membership to my mom, then me.
Huh, yeah. If your spouse, parent, or grandparent served, they could pass it to you.
I'll check it out.
USAA, for the military community and their families.
Are you still using your hands when you put on your shoes? Step into the future like I did with new hands-free Skechers slip-ins. The secret is slip-ins have an invisible built-in shoehorn so your foot slides into place without bending down or touching my shoes. Try Skechers slip-ins.
If sports fans built a streaming service.
Can't believe the football season is over.
Yeah, but with my stuff, we can rewatch all the games we recorded.
The Minnesota comeback.
JJ's finale.
Butt punt.
Oh, is that what the My Stuff feature was invented for? Saving butt-related content? Because I thought it was for keeping your favorite TV shows and movies all in one place.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sanchez.
Live TV and sports and more, but mostly sports. That's Fubo!
With NFL Red Zone,
here we go.
You get every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
We were built for days like today.
Go to NFL.com/redzone and get it now.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
In Cincinnati, there's the first-round pick, 28th overall out of Clemson, was a top prospect out of high school. Arian Hobby knew him quite well. The 21-year-old from Marietta, Georgia, Miles Murphy, getting some burn here in the second half.
Yep, and in addition to a pretty stout defensive line as we look at it going into the 23 season with Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard and DJ Reader and BJ Hill. I mean, so he had really some spark to that defensive line.
Of course, Hubbard and Hendrickson extended by the Bengals. So that defensive line, east outside, is going to remain intact for a while. There he is. Yep. Blasting in at the 36-yard line. Let's go down to the sideline. Marissa.
Well, guys, this night has been a long time coming for Tyson Anderson, who has already been making those big, flashy plays there in the first half. I had a chance to catch up with Tyson yesterday, and he told me it was really challenging last season, that he had to sit out all of last year due to that hamstring injury. He said he leaned on the veterans, though, in that secondary room and really credited the leadership from Mike Hilton, Chidobe Awuzie, and Mike Thomas. He said those guys really kept him going and helped motivate him to make sure that his head was in a good space. He also told me he just wanted to go out here tonight and have some fun. Mike?
Well, everyone's had a little bit of fun. Tyson Anderson, well done. Green Bay injury, back in a moment.
Constant Contact's advanced automation lets you send the right message at the right time, every time. Constant Contact, helping the small stand tall.
When you drive a Ram, summer is more than a season. It's an opportunity to load up on more toys, to stop looking for fun and be the one who brings it, and to make every day even more inviting than the last. Make this the summer you drive America's best light-duty pickup.
During the Ram Make This the Summer event, get $4,000 retail consumer cash allowance on most 2023 Ram 1500 trucks.
What if I told you the next great hybrid technology wasn't for a new car or a computer chip, but it was for
the best ribeye every time.
Hexclad's hybrid cookware gives you the performance of stainless steel, the durability of cast iron, and the convenience of non-stick.
Welcome to the hybrid revolution. Welcome to Hexclad.
There are more ways than ever for identity thieves to steal your information. LifeLock alerts you and works to fix problems with a dedicated restoration specialist. Go to lifelock.com.
To achieve the results you want, it doesn't happen on game day, it happens today.
Push each other. It's time to rewrite our story.
Let's go!
Football kicks off, and NFL Network has every preseason game, starting with 10 live. Big names, top picks. Football is on. Week 1 of the NFL preseason, live on NFL Network.
Disheartening moment here for Green Bay. That's the reserve offensive tackle, Luke Tenuta. Columbus native, his dad, John, a defensive assistant coach for Luke Fickell at Cincinnati. Spent 5 years on the staff of John Cooper at Ohio State. Guy who came into this year saying he's ready to do anything to make this roster. A 6th-round pick by Buffalo, who was waived after preseason last year. Looking for good news for Tenuta. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Shimmy outside. Taylor blazing down the sideline. There's a flag down back at the 34 on the other side. Tackle was made around the 34.
Offense number 70. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
We'll take a look at it here. I think those number 70, they called on it right there, holding on Newman. Right there. Newman, yep. You can see it right there, grabs him. And, excuse me. Jay Tafili, number 697 for the Bengals, is causing a lot of problems right there. Newman held him. Tell you what, Philly having a pretty good game tonight.
Could have been a huge run for Green Bay. Instead, 2nd and 16. It's Clifford. Throws out of the backfield. Tucker Kraft. Upended by Alan George. Ivy over there as well. Guys competing in the cornerback room.
Mike, we talked about early in the show that, you know, now these guys are going to be tackling. They haven't been tackling. They've been tackling tonight. Right there, George. We've seen battle. They've been making some hits tonight and not shying away from tackling. So we can tell they've been ready to start tackling people, and they're doing it tonight.
Green Bay, better than a 50% proposition on the night on 3rd down. This is as long as they've had to go. There's a tackle. Well behind the sticks. That's Ivy, the 7th rounder of Miami that everyone's talking about at this camp.
Tell you what, he came, laid the wood on him, laid the leather right here. Boom! Wow. Yeah, there's no shying away from tackling there. Ivy just comes and goes right through him. You know, it's interesting. We had a chance to talk to Zach Taylor yesterday and asked him about the draft picks. And he went down the line about every draft pick and how well they've all been doing in camp.
Whelan drives it away. First chance here for Charlie Jones. Jones from the 25. Down at the 29. Outstanding punt return prospect. Wasn't able to make much happen on that occasion. Former return specialist of the year in the Big Ten. You know, to your point, some of the commentary coming into this game, not only we heard it from Duke Tobin in the 2nd quarter, it's kind of an estimation. It's an educated guess about what you're going to see in the first preseason game. All these guys have great college tape or they wouldn't have gotten here. But to actually go hit in front of 70,000 here is a different kettle of fish.
It really is. And these guys have been showing, hey, this is not too big for me. And you know, now the consistency. Are they going to continue to do it not only tonight but next week and throughout the preseason and have a chance to make it on this football team? So you're right. Because the lack of hitting, you know, it's a lot of learning. It's a lot of, you know, during camp. Now they get a chance. Now we'll have 1 week under our belt to say, okay, these guys came out. They were able to tackle. They did, you know, cover and break up things. So this is a great time for these young guys to do well, and a lot of them are doing well tonight.
That was Evans getting another carry. Brown and Evans, Zach Taylor said they want to get them a lot of work in this second half, should provide a good chance for that. Simeon on 2nd and 5. Evans unable to escape in the backfield.
Gene Charles there, number 22, I believe, made that tackle. Coming up, really didn't give Evans a whole lot of room to get going. Made the tackle in the backfield.
3-yard loss. And 3rd down and 8. Simeon, Connecticut native. At his high school ball down in Orlando on a Northwestern. Deep drop. That got deflected, and it's intercepted. Down at the 31-yard line. That is Dallin Levitt, a special teams superstar who comes up with the pick for Green Bay.
I believe Trevor Simeon had plenty of time. It was just one of those defensive linemen getting his hand up. Right here, you see the offensive line picking up some stunts really well, doing an excellent job with the defensive lineman looping around, saw it, and made the play. So it was amazing. Brenton Cox Jr. But the offensive line doing a nice job picking up those stunts.
Oh, that smile. Electric stuff. 2 picks for each team tonight. And a couple have been tipped along the way. Clifford giving, trying to find the edge. That is Alan George catching Wilson.
Mike, you know what's amazing? You know, we talk about Brenton Cox Jr. He's looping around to have the awareness as he's looping around to try to get to the quarterback, to see that football being thrown and get the hand up deflected for an interception. That's a pretty athletic move there by Cox Jr.
Yeah, everyone knows how much talent he has, but dismissed at both Georgia and Florida. So can he string it all together here for Green Bay? They may have quite the prospect. It was a 2-yard gain from Wilson. Clifford short-armed it, incomplete for Austin Allen.
Wow, that's probably, other than the pick, one of the worst throws he's made. He had him wide open. Little bootleg, bringing the tight end from the opposite side across, wide open. And he, like you said, he short-armed it. Austin Allen, wide open.
Allen, they stashed on the practice squad. The last possible chance at the end of the 2022 regular season. Quick throw by Clifford. Dodging across the 30-yard line. And he's tossed backwards at the tail end. Hasafea goes in the mix. And Tufele as well.
Great reaction by the Bengals defense. You know, get the ball out there in a hurry. Kind of a screen out wide. But the Bengal defensive lineman just turned and sprinted out. And didn't give him a chance to cut back inside because there's a lot of black jerseys there. You love to see that hustle.
Well, that was Wicks with the catch, and it makes it a shorter field goal, but a field goal nonetheless for Anders Carlson. He's the only kicker on the roster for Green Bay. This from 45. His first attempt at a field goal as a pro. Right down the middle. And the lead now expands to 8 for Green Bay. The NFL preseason is presented by Paramount Plus.
Oh my goodness! Is this for real? I pray for these moments. Every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Largest comeback in NFL history.
We're all here for football.
Best in the league right now.
Your team.
Do not adjust your sets.
Our team.
Yeah!
Every team.
Wait till you see this. Oh my goodness.
NFL Network. We're here for football.
Ever hear the one about the frog? Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out.
Here's my resume.
But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. It's alive. But as a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans,
real-world experience.
it's a story that rings true. We make excuses for how we feel. We push everything down. We tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. And some days, maybe, it is. But you've never been interested in easy. Reaching out is hard. Do it anyway. You're not alone. You've got this. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach. our money. She's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Kind of like being a father in this world.
Families affected by disasters urgently need support. Help the American Red Cross provide help and hope to those affected by disasters, big and small. Please donate to Red Cross Disaster Relief.
You know I gotta record a video for my mama. She gonna get mad.
Man, looking nice in here. Hey, this is tough though. How they build all this stuff? How long did this take to set up? It took a month to build this. We in the jungle for real, huh? Yeah, I'm good, you know.
We in the jungle for real, huh? New this season, be sure to watch From the Jungle, an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at the Bengals. The show will air in Cincinnati and Dayton starting in September, as well as stream the Bengals YouTube, Bengals.com/TV for the full schedule and listing. It's Jackson, his first kick return, to get back to the 24-yard line. You happy they didn't have those behind-the-scenes shows while you were playing?
Yes. Yes, many times. I think there's a lot of my teammates that would be very happy too.
Simeon stays in at quarterback. By the way, the media day photos, again, excellent. The set that they put up and all the murals and new signage they put up here at the stadium. You're going to know you're in the jungle, that's for sure.
Yep.
Simeon goes to work here for Cincinnati. His debut for the team. Fakes to Brown. And he'll fire that into the turf.
So we talked about, these young guys getting in there, the wide receivers, the running backs, guys like Chase Brown at running back. Yeah, we want to see him run the football, but right there, we had a good look at Brown trying to pass pro, and that's where the pressure came into Simeon's face. He wasn't stout enough to hold that rusher out of there. So those are the things you look at, too. People think running back, how does he run the football? But you have to pick up blitzers, pass pro. You got to know all that stuff and do all it well, too.
Simeon tossed out of the backfield. Nick Bowers splays forward, make it a easier, simpler third down. That was stuff that Samaje Perine was excellent at. That's why he earned that third down role with this Bengals team, and with his move to Denver, it's a big gap that needs to be filled rather in the Bengals offense.
You're right, because so many times people are watching the game. Oh, there's a sack, offensive line gets beat. Yeah, that happens most of the time, but a lot of times it's the running back that misses the guy that sacks the quarterback, and people they have a tendency not to see that.
Simeon got hammered as he throws. Still, it's Josevich. His longest reception tonight. A flag is down in the backfield.
I think it might have been roughing the passer.
Well, they've sort of changed the point of emphasis to focus on degree of contact and the need for it to be forcible to draw a flag. Certainly was in that case. Josevich getting it out toward midfield, and then the flag advancing this all the way down to the 33-yard line.
I'll tell you what, not only the lay hit on the quarterback and the nice catch and run, one of the things we missed was we call him a decleater. Lassiter decleating a defensive back. Pretty good block downfield for his buddy Josevich.
There's a flag in this instance as well.
Offense number 70. 5-yard penalty.
See, that's another thing people think of. Wide receivers catch passes. No, good ones will block for their buddies, just as Lassiter did right then.
I see what you're doing with the definition of roles. Let's go down to Marissa on the sideline. Marissa?
Thanks, guys. Joined here by DJ Reader. DJ, it's been great for us to see some of these younger players, get a chance out there tonight. How have you seen some of the young D linemen start to grow and mature into their roles?
They're getting some extended plays today, so, it's fun to see them go out there and compete and do their thing. And
They out there really just getting the job done. You know, these guys, we got a good group of guys in our room, and they all do a good job of just competing and getting after it. So it's fun to get them out and see them out there actually in game day. They're doing a good job right now.
I know with you and a lot of the other starters not suiting up today, but Wednesday was a big day as you guys had the joint practice with Green Bay. Why was that so beneficial for you?
You know, it's always big to get out there. You know, you get to go against your guys all the time, and you know, you start to know each other and see what's going on. It gets kind of stale sometimes, so it's always good to get some other competition, another team in here going, and it was fun. It was some good work out there on Wednesday, so, I mean, we had a good time. I hope they had a good time. It was just good to see get out there and just go against somebody else.
DJ, each year it seems like the AFC as a whole just continues to get better. What mindset is this defense taking in their approach this season?
I got sidetracked. It was a good play by Chase Brown and Trevor right there. But I think, you know, the mindset of the defense is just always the same. You know, just continue to grow, get better. I think we got a lot of guys more in the system and some new additions to the system. So I think the goal is always the same, man, to go out there and try to win a world championship. And we got to prove that week to week. So I think guys are really focused and mentality just to go win.
And real quick before I let you go, I've heard there's a rumor that your nickname is Barbecue. Yeah. How did you get that nickname, and what's the best thing you're grilling up?
Just being a big fan of barbecue. Back in college, I got the nickname from a couple guys. So if you really know me, you'll hear me say it. And I'm a big pulled pork guy. That's my thing. I'm from Carolina, so pulled pork's my thing.
Appreciate the time, DJ. Thanks.
No problem, Marissa.
Thank you, Barbecue. Timeout, Cincinnati.
First timeout of the half, Cincinnati. 30 seconds.
Bengals will use one here in the red zone. Well, we got a chance. DJ Reader had to interrupt himself. He was looking up at the scoreboard going, all right, look at Chase Brown go. And the Bengals advancing into opposition territory. Take a look at the Bengals' home schedule. Of course, they'll...
And then Baltimore here at home. That should be a heck of a game. Not to mention later on, you got Pittsburgh, Indy. Wow, heck of a schedule.
Simeon, stretch handoff gone awry. Brown got planted. Great hit by Keyshawn Banks.
Banks just slipped inside the block, and oh my goodness, that was Devin Asiasi, and Brown was nailed.
That is not the kind of Banks he thought he was going to experience tonight.
Exactly.
By the way, if you want to experience the jungle, limited number of tickets still available for those home games. Bengals.com. Get yours. There's a late flag tossed in. They're picking up about 6. Sivash again.
Illegal use of hands to the face, offense number 60.
Okay.
10-yard penalty, second down.
I didn't think it could be a holding with the ball getting out of that quickly. It was hands in the face. The big rookie offensive lineman, Jackson Kirkland there from the University of Washington, free agent.
3-time first team all Pac-12. Remember the Pac-12?
I do remember.
And the Pac-8?
I remember Pac-8, 2 years for me, Pac-10, 2 years for me, and then now it's Pac-12. That's how old I am.
Regrettably.
I know, exactly.
How do you feel about USC fighting on this far east?
You know what? It makes it easier for me to watch some football.
It does.
You know? And, yeah, I'm excited about it. I just wish that Caleb would be there 1 year when they get here. He's going to be gone. So I'd like to see him come and play in the Big Ten for at least 1 year.
I think you guys have a pretty good coach out there. I think you'll be okay.
I'll tell you what, I've gotten a chance to know him, and very laser focused, a heck of a coach.
A flip pass out to Brown. Only Bijan Robinson forced more missed tackles in all of college football last year than Chase Brown did when he was at Illinois. 83.
About how impressive is that? I mean, Bijan is heck of this guy. I mean, Chase Brown to do that. I mean, he showed some of that shiftiness out there on that first catch. Ran by a couple of defenders, and right there, I mean, he shows he can make guys miss.
I said earlier this offseason, I can do it all, and you'll see that. You can catch the ball, certainly run it. Did so for the Illini. It is 3rd and 17 in field goal range. Simeon is going for the end zone. Yosef
Adams.
Incomplete. Out of bounds. That was a great high-point grab, but it does not count. Incomplete, 4th down.
We take a look at this. An excellent throw by Trevor Siemian. And, oh, my goodness, how close was that? Now, oh, God, just barely out.
Toes.
Now, if that wasn't one of the things that Duke Tobin talked about, the big body going up and catching the ball away from his body, exactly what he did there. But just that left leg, I believe, just hit out of bounds. What a throw and catch.
The crowd disagrees, and I believe that's Darren Simmons saying, hey, kick the field goal. Let's go. Crowd here thought they got the view they were looking for. Alas, McPherson 3 for 3 tonight. This from 43.
Good.
4 for 4. Same weapon he's always been. Shooter. 5-point game. This presented by Paramount Plus.
Lost Medicaid or CHIP coverage? Healthcare.gov is here for you.
Where can we find a low-cost health plan?
What about a plan that covers doctor visits?
Emergency care?
Prescriptions?
With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month.
What's the website again?
Healthcare.gov.
Oh, yeah.
Bringing in a new roommate to save money, is that the plan?
But we gotta find some way to save, so say hi to Glenn from work. Hey, that's my mom.
Yeah, I think I have a much better plan. We switched to my plan from Verizon for just $25 per line.
And that price is guaranteed for 3 years.
All on the network we can count on.
It's a good plan.
It is a good plan. Glenn, looks like we're not gonna be needing you, so I'll see you at work.
Oh, later, Glenn.
Save big with my plan, starting at just $25 when you bring your own phones. Guaranteed for 3 years. It's your Verizon.
This is an incredible pick. Versatile, adapts to any situation.
Yeah, Gronk, a lot of hype around this pick. But from everything we've seen, the hype is real. All right, let's recap these picks. We've got Gronk going with the long wing. Of course, no surprise there. Me in the lace-ups, and now Devin rounding us out, making a statement pick with the swift knit.
Andrea, trading up around for the mule. You love to see it. Now who's next on the clock? Wolf and Shepard, potential with every pick.
It's an NFL fantasy world, and we just live for it. We live for the touchdowns, fantasy points, and bragging rights. It's free and easy to play. Just sign up and draft. Optimize your lineup with one click and watch exclusive player stories. From the biggest stars to the rookies who can dominate your league. NFL Fantasy. We live for this. Download the NFL Fantasy app today.
That Bengals scoring drive was brought to you by your Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda dealers. 43 yards from McPherson, 38, 39, 43, 51, 4 for 4. Come out here to Paycor Stadium, you're going to see some things that are a little bit new. How about the new LED boards that they put up along the lower and upper bowl? They really pop.
They really do. It's cool. I like it. Makes it a lot brighter.
It does. Yeah, you can see them, no doubt. Some cool new graphics and things they're doing on the scoreboard here this year, and fans are going to be really engaged in what they're doing here in Cincinnati. This is a high arcing kick. Toure from the 10. He found a seam at the 30. Down the sideline across midfield. And busted out of bounds by McPherson, who I'm sure some people would rather stay as far away from that as possible in this game.
I love that. Busted. Busted him out of that. I think he's thankfully at the sideline there. Oh, you're right. Keep him away from making tackle.
Return here by Toure.
Toure. I'll tell you what, he held up pretty good on that one. Toure lowered his shoulder. It didn't affect Mac. I like it.
So you're saying you want to see him run downfield more often?
I'll tell you what, put an arm pad on, let him go cover some kicks.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Yeah, I will too. I'm just kidding.
All right.
Everybody's working into midseason form. He's already in midseason form the way he's kicking.
Clifford throws over the middle. They broke on it, but they weren't able to get there. That is a first down toss to Malik Heath, who's shown really well in this game.
Larry Brooks just a little late getting there as Clifford continues to really show well as he leads them there. You see Brooks, number 40, just getting there a little late.
3 catches, 36 yards for Heath. Clifford, he's going to keep it. Showing those legs. Looks like no quarterback in Xavier history has ever managed. There's more after this, too. Rushing yards than Clifford. Flags everywhere. There's a little consternation in the joint practice on Wednesday, and it bubbles up on a block out of bounds.
Clifford giving a little first down point after he gets out of bounds. Let's see what happened here.
That's what they're trying to figure out.
There was a little extra curricular activity at practice with it.
Well, it wasn't Nick Scott.
Yeah, I think he couldn't remember the number, so he just went with Nick Scott, which you're right. I don't think it was Nick Scott.
I respect it.
He came up with the first number that came to his mind. 33 sounds good. All right, I got it.
Floor and Taylor. That's a huge chunk play.
Yep.
Down to the 11. And in the penalty. 1st and 10. Handoff up the gut, breaking through. That is an Emmanuel Wilson touchdown.
Wow.
11 yards to pay dirt.
Big hole on that left side. They just caved everything in. Coming around, cleaning it up. Wow, that was a heck of an executed play there.
Wilson just 3 days in Denver as an undrafted free agent. He gets cut, shows up in Green Bay after a sterling career at Fort Valley State. And he's got a touchdown to his credit now. And Green Bay like to make it a 12-point game. The crowd and the Green Bay players on the bench are jeering one another right now. And the extra point from Carlson is no good.
Pushed it right there. He knew it right when he hit it. His head went right down after he kicked it.
So Green Bay ahead by 11. 11-yard touchdown run from Wilson. Caps 3 plays, 47 yards, including that personal foul for a late hit. Anthony, if you're Cincinnati, what are you looking for here in the final 17 minutes and change of this game from some of these younger guys? And who stood out to you now that we've seen a number of the guys higher on the depth chart off at this point?
Well, first of all, you have a quarter left. I mean, we still have 2 minutes left, but you want them to continue to play. They're flying all over the place. I mean, this is still big for them to get on video, to get on tape, because they're still trying to earn a job. So no one's going to, throttle down. They got to even turn up the throttle even higher, because they got to show they're down now by 11. So they got to show that they can still play when some adversity hits. And that says a lot about guys. When you get down, how are you going to react to it? How are you going to react to the adversity? And that's big, too, with these young guys. They show what they have.
Here comes Jackson. Able to break away. And brought down at the 22-yard line. I like the way it was described. Danny Etling got let go by Green Bay, but it was considered potential battle for QB2 behind Jordan Love. Clifford said, we came to an agreement. We're not competing against each other. We're competing to be on any roster in the league. That's where we're at right now.
I tell you what, Clifford's making a statement tonight.
This is Simeon. Iosivas able to regain his composure and dive forward. He's down at the 29-yard line.
Good protection there by the offensive line, and Simeon getting right out to Iosivas. Nice catch, a little run afterwards.
I want to see what Iosivas can do against more elite competition. As good as he was in the Ivy League, he's a world-class heptathlete as well.
Heck of an athlete. Yeah, exactly.
Simeon fires wide. Lassiter able to pick up a first down. That's the 9th of the game for Cincinnati.
Gets it in his hands, almost like a pitch to Lassiter. Getting the football quickly, let him make some yardage, which he does.
Lassiter had a great preseason last year. 13 grabs, 7 of them came at the Meadowlands against the Giants for 91 yards. Only played in 1 game last year. It's Lassiter to the other side. It's Lassiter with a strong stiff arm into Levitt.
These young guys are getting some work, getting the football right away, letting them make some yards. Right here you see the great stiff arm coming up. Boom. You're not taking me down. You're going to fight to take me down. Some toughness there by number 18, Kwame Lassiter.
See Lassiter, you see Jones in the game as well. It's Brown beside Simeon on 2nd and 4. That's Brown darting off the right side and into the back of Kirkland. Maybe got half a yard. 3rd down as the 3rd quarter winds down. And they'll switch sides here in Cincinnati with Green Bay ahead by 11. The 4th quarter of the lone home preseason game in Cincinnati is presented by Paramount Plus.
KFC's ultimate barbecue fried chicken sandwich. Fried chicken, crispy onions, bacon, cheese, pickles, and sweet honey barbecue sauce.
It's a barbecue in every bite of KFC's ultimate barbecue sandwich.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis takes you off course, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
When I wanted to see results fast, Rinvoq delivered rapid symptom relief and helped leave bathroom urgency behind. Check.
When UC tried to slow me down, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when UC caused damage, Rinvoq came through by visibly repairing my colon lining. Check. Rapid symptom relief. Lasting steroid-free remission.
And a chance to visibly repair the colon lining. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least 1 heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put UC in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
What did I say about using my Old Spice dry spray?
I need long-lasting freshness.
Baby D, we all family. Your lavender is our lavender. Remember when we used to steal his Old Spice body lotion? Used to.
There's a lot of expectations on this football team.
To achieve the results you want, it doesn't happen on game day. It happens today.
Push each other. Make it hurt. It's time to rewrite our story.
Here's a look at the newest Cincinnati Bengals. The names called at the 2023 NFL Draft with first-round pick Myles Murphy making his debut tonight on the defensive line. Turner, Battle, and Ivy in the secondary. Couple of receivers. Chase Brown getting some burn here in the second half, Anthony.
I tell you what, you look at all those names, and they've been active tonight. I mean, you know, Robbins even got some punt, but, yeah, I guess Iosivas is the guy that's been making some catches, and, of course, Chase Brown running the football. They've all been in there, and we've been calling their names. They just haven't been in there. They've been doing things good.
Iosivas tried to yank that back. It was a bit behind with one hand. Not to be, and it's 4th and 3.
And we have Robbins coming in to punt the football.
The best hang time in college football the last 2 years. The pick was actually acquired from Kansas City, 217th overall after 5 years at Michigan. Reed back to return. Got plenty under that.
Back to fair catch it.
It is by a tight margin, an I-20. There's a look at Robbins' numbers at Michigan last year. About 43 yards a kick, but it's how long it hangs up there. You know, Zach Taylor told us he's working with Darren on having different clubs in his bag, and hopefully Drew Chrisman will be back here next week. He had a medical scare early in training camp, unavailable tonight. But this is really Robbins' moment to show, hey, I can be the guy. That we know how important it is to get the punting position right.
Exactly. I mean, a lot of times you go out throughout a football game and teams might not be scoring right away, but you play the field position, and with the punter that can do that, you have that advantage.
Handoff up the gut. And being pushed back. That was Nate McCrary, who just got into the team here last week. Let's go down to Marissa.
Thanks a lot, Mike. I'm here with tight end Irv Smith. Now, Irv, I know Bengals fans are so excited for the day they finally get to see you in stripes. What was it about Zach Taylor's offense that really drew you to Cincinnati?
Yeah, with Zach Taylor's offense and all the great things that he's done so far, and with Joe Burrow and having the weapons on the offensive side of the ball as well as the defensive side of the ball, I felt like it was, for me, a perfect fit, a perfect match with Coach Casey, the tight end coach, and Coach Callahan as the OC, and Coach Frank and everybody just leading the way. It's been great being here and getting acclimated with the offense, showing the guys and the coaches I can make plays, and leading into getting ready for the season.
Now, Joe Burrow is so good at spreading the ball around to his playmakers. Adding you now into the mix, how explosive will this offense be?
It should be the most explosive offense in the NFL. We set ourselves with high standards. I was just talking with Orlando. How excited we are to be able to put that orange and black on and go to work. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of playmakers. Myself, I'm very confident. I know my coaches are, my teammates are, and with Joe leading the way, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Now, you come from a football family. Your dad, Irv Smith Sr., spending 7 seasons in the NFL as a tight end, former first-round pick. What have you learned from him, and how have you leaned on him as you're now following in his footsteps?
Yeah, I've leaned on him the whole way. Coming from high school to college to the pros. Going on year 5 now, and him setting an example. He played at a high divisional at Notre Dame, went first round. And played 7 seasons, and played a lot of great ball. So, having him to lean on, play the same position, the tight end position as well, which, is one of the toughest positions in the NFL to play, and football to play. So, just having him in all assets, it's been a blessing.
Irv, we're happy to have you in Cincinnati. Thanks for the time.
Of course, thank you.
There's Wilson again. There's a flag down. Welcome, Irv.
Welcome, Irv. Yes.
Number 22, 10-yard penalty. First down.
Coming back.
How cool is that going to be when they play next to each other, Orlando and Irv? Kind of like, I believe, Irv's dad, Senior, and Zeus. I believe they played next to each other at one time.
Wow.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
And they were after me, so I'm old. I missed Zeus Brown by, I think, a year or 2 when he got in the league, but still, that'd be pretty cool.
One of the great offensive tackles in NFL history. First and 18. That's Wilson once more. Multiple offers. Ironically, he felt Denver was the best chance to make the 53. He was cut 3 days after he signed. Ended up here in Green Bay. While their top 2 running backs are obvious, Jones and Dillon. Trying to figure out what the rest of that looks like remains to be seen. Anarumo looks on. Going to see whether any of the Bengals on the field here can spark in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you mentioned Jones and Dillon. Those are two pretty good running backs.
The best duos in the league.
There you go.
There's a stick in the backfield from Tyler Murray.
A rookie from Memphis. Jump on and make that tackle. Good looking young man there.
3rd and 22. See what Clifford has up his sleeve. Last play to Taylor went for a loss of 6. There's the handoff. And the goal was to not give up 22, and they don't. They give up about 11.
And the goal for the Packers would not let that pass rush come, but hand it off, and let's see what we can get, and then punt it away.
Murray again, latching on to Patrick Taylor. And wheeling on to punt to Jones. Let's see how electric Charlie Jones can be. They want to get a good extended look at Jones at punt returner. First return went for 4 yards. And that is returnable. Jones sidesteps, but only gets a couple yards upfield. As we step aside, flag down. We'll hold that horse for just a moment.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, kicking team number 44. 15-yard penalty is added to the dead ball spot. First down, timeout.
The Bengals are going to get a little extra field position out of that. 14 total penalties, 7 aside. This game is presented by Paramount Plus.
Being an NFL fan is the greatest thing on earth. Unless your home team doesn't match your hometown. Because it's hard for dolphins to survive in the desert. Buffalo struggle to find their herds when they're no longer home in the range. And 49ers don't always strike gold in Dallas. But with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube, you can watch your favorite team's out-of-market Sunday games, no matter where you live. So whether you're an eagle nesting in the land of giants, or a crusading saint holding your own in a village of Vikings, with NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube, it'll feel a little more like home. At least on Sundays. Being a fan just got easier. NFL Sunday Ticket, now on YouTube and YouTube TV. Sign up now.
We're reinventing our network
with smarter, more efficient routes, so you can deliver more value to your customers.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
Old Trapper Beefs. Camping catastrophes. Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. New Pro Enamel Active Shield actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. It really works.
Let's go! Football kicks off, and NFL Network has every preseason game, starting with 10 live. Big names, top picks. Football is on. Week 1 of the NFL preseason, live on NFL Network.
A number of the players who started this game tonight are off the field. Jackson Carman is not one of them. He's battling for that right tackle position with La'el Collins out for a few months here, likely to start the season. So it's him and Jonah Williams. He's going all the way into the late fourth quarter.
Yeah, Jonah, you know, being the guy that switched from the left tackle over when Orlando Brown was signed. So he didn't start, but you're right. Jackson Carman in that battle at right tackle, playing here in the fourth quarter.
That is Charlie Jones with the grab. You know, when you talk about Jackson Carman, we recognize his draft status. He had to swing out to tackle at the end of last season due to injuries. And it's a guy who, if he plays consistently and plays his game, has shown the ability to be pretty good.
Well, he did swing out to left tackle, but he played left tackle 3 years for Clemson.
Right.
So it wasn't like he was moving out to a foreign position, but the key word is consistency. Very athletic, very big. It's just a matter of being consistent.
Snap bobbled but handled. And thrown outside the numbers by Simeon, incomplete. Part of the conversation about this offensive line, yes, all 5 guys that right now are top of the depth chart, that's Brown, Volson, Karras, Kappa, and Williams, didn't go tonight. But all the guys that they started have played some really big games for Cincinnati. It's not like it was 4 or 5 years ago where they were just trying to figure out, can this guy make the 53? A lot of these guys have been in the 53.
Exactly, and started. I mean, like you said, a lot of playing reps, but started. And so, yeah, it's not like they had 5, rookies out there or first-year players. They had 5 guys that have had some experience.
Simeon missed Malachi Carter, undrafted rookie out of Georgia Tech. And back comes Robbins to boot it away. Jaden Reed back at the 25. Robbins.
Wow.
Oh my. That spiral's epic. Oh, it dropped at the 5.
Oh.
Nearly for the brand. Nearly.
That one was thumped. I'll tell you what.
Wow.
And that almost checked up perfectly.
A cool 65. 60 on the fly. That Robbins punt. This broadcast presented by Paramount Plus.
Have you heard about this Samsung flip phone? You only have to look at it once, and then it gets stuck inside your mind or something. And the only way to stop it is to switch.
That's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. There's no way I'd ever switch.
When we announced last call, some people got nervous. They thought we were gonna slow down. Think again.
What's up at DQ? These two are debating which $7 meal deal, with fries, drink, and a sundae, is the best full-size meal deal of all.
Cheeseburger.
Chicken strips. There's something for everyone in the $7 meal deal at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Lowe's knows a style refresh is even more refreshing
when it's at the right price.
That's why we pull our favorite looks together in-store and in the app. So it's easy to get the look you want for less. You got this. We got you.
On your mark.
I struggled with seeing these other athletes breaking these times, breaking these records. I realized I should be confident, trust the process. Everyone's story is different.
Way out in front! It's a big mo!
She runs and plays like a puppy again.
His number 2s are perfect.
He's a brand new dog all in less than a year.
When people switch their dog's food from kibble to the farmer's dog, they often say that it feels like magic. But there's no magic involved. It's simply fresh meat and vegetables with all the nutrients dogs need, instead of dried pellets. Just food made for the health of dogs, delivered in packs portioned for your dog. It's amazing what real food can do.
Lou Anarumo, when Tyson Anderson was drafted, said he's big, fast, and physical. Did we say fast?
Yes, and reads really well. Jumped on that baby. Pick 6 for Tyson Anderson. Still here, and then this one wrestles it away from the receiver. I mean, he just wanted it worse than the receiver did there. And he's still in. Late in the 4th quarter, he's still in there getting playing time.
3-time captain at Toledo. And he does indeed remain in with 2 picks to his credit tonight. Breaking this down the sideline, and this is home run speed. Emmanuel Wilson Wilson is gone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Yards for Emmanuel Wilson.
Wow. Nothing up the middle. Then he makes a nice, great vision, great ability to take it outside. And there's no way Brooks is going to catch him. He tried, but Wilson just outruns him. But more than that speed, once he got out there, was his ability to take it inside, see that there was nothing there, and jump it outside. Great read, great run.
Untouched. From Johnson C. Smith University to Fort Valley State. He just wanted a shot, and look at Emmanuel Wilson fly. The extra point's no good. That's 2 missed by Carlson tonight. And Emmanuel Wilson having a night to remember here in Cincinnati. 36-19 Green Bay, the preseason presented by Paramount Plus.
Marie is ready to buy her first home. Come on. When you buy with Rocket Homes and finance with Rocket Mortgage, you get up to $10,000 cash toward closing from Rocket Mortgage.
Visit onlywithrocket.com to get started today.
Want to know why no one outbeats the Hut? 75-cent boneless wings. While prices go up, ours dip. Ooh-wee! Would you look at that dunk? 75-cent boneless wings from Pizza Hut. That's why no one outbeats at the Hut.
Is a new title really necessary?
Sir, after bestowing the gift of renting ease to millions, a bump is in order.
Okay, let's see. Oh, hey, what's this?
Lord of the Lease.
I'm not a hat person.
Yeah, no. Emperor of Renters.
That's funny, no.
Rentar the Trusted.
I don't like it.
Oh, okay. Master of the Rental Sphere.
Wow. No, is it too much? Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Can you see anything different as a pill?
No.
You don't know?
Fentanyl is being mixed into everything now. There's only one thing that will save somebody's life. That is naloxone nasal spray. Fentanyl is cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
Really just all about the money.
I just didn't realize that one pill could change your whole life.
More kitchen now.
Well, we're all waiting to see those guys on the field. Jamar Chase ready to roll here sooner rather than later.
And I bet they're ready to get on the field, too. I bet they're ready to go.
Yep.
It's like bring September 10th on.
At Cleveland to start, and then they'll host Baltimore here at Paycor Stadium week 2.
Yep, find out right away.
Bengals scratched 23 players before we even said hello to Zach Taylor. The ones were not going to go tonight. Jackson down at the 12, and we go down to Marissa Contepelli.
Thanks, guys. I am here with BJ Hill. And BJ, we had to get you in for an interview after we saw you in the background there and we were talking with DJ. But tell me why this team is equipped to make another run in the AFC.
Because we're a big family. We really care about each other. We love the work. We love the grind. And we all love Cincinnati, too. I think that's a big part. They always come and support us. And we just love being here. We just love everything about the city.
You know, on defense, especially up front, that continuity is there again. Just how beneficial is it that you guys are all back in the same system with Lou again?
Like I said, we're a family. We're a big brotherhood up front, but the whole defense. But when it comes to that D-line, we're really close. We keep each other accountable. We make sure we're always doing the right thing. We always make sure we're all working. That's why I think we really got a good defense.
So I know... So I know viewers weren't able to trying to rival you with the chains. Who has the better chain tonight?
Oh, for sure him. He got them all, too. He more power to him.
And I have to ask, too, BJ, I know if you follow the Bengals on social media, everyone knew how excited you were that Jermaine Pratt was signed by the team and the bets that you guys had made. So have you recovered from shaving your head?
Oh, yeah, I'm good. You know, I got my hair back. I actually need another haircut, but I'm not going bald again, by the way. So, but, yeah, I'm glad to have my guy back. Yeah, I'm glad to see him running around with me.
Appreciate the time, BJ.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
To have hair like that, I wouldn't know, Anthony. I wouldn't. And yours. Looking good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
He paid up. Have to appreciate it.
Yeah,
of course,
exactly.
Pratt, 3-year, $20 million extension, reportedly back on March the 14th.
Tell you what, Pratt, Wilson, pretty good linebacker tandem.
Huge.
Back in that defense. Wow.
4-year extension for Wilson. And Party said there's no other coach I'd want to play for than what we have going here in Cincinnati with Zach and certainly with Lou as well.
You hear that over and over. You know, B.J. Hill just talks about not only loving playing together, but the city. I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I've been here 43 years. We stayed here after I retired. It's a great place. It embraces the sports, and now that there's so much fun to watch, I mean, it's a great sports town.
A couple of penalties here have moved Cincinnati all the way back to the 10. With about 8 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Simeon. Jackson. Right near the first down marker. He's going to come up about a yard short. One of the things that Zach Taylor told us about the joint practices earlier this week, goes, you know, Nick Scott was here last year and he saw what Cincinnati had to offer and he saw what our facilities look like and the things that we do well here because he was part of the joint practices with the Rams. So just having different players come in here and go, oh, I could see myself in Cincinnati is in and of itself a recruiting tool.
It really is. I mean, that's what it boils down to. I mean, you see the proximity of the stadium, the practice facility,
Green Bay,
the weight room that the Packers got to use,
30 seconds.
the Bengals weight room, which is amazing. So you're right. Everything about what's going on here is kind of, you know, impressive to those coming in and practicing. So, like you said, when free agency rolls around, hey, that's you know, then they get to go out and enjoy some of the good eats here, you know, in the city. So I tell you what, it's home. I love it. I'm going to continue to say that, but it's good to see guys see that and fall in love with Cincinnati.
You know as well as anybody. While Green Bay here with the lead in the fourth quarter and a timeout used by the Packers ahead of 3rd down and 1. Of course, you'll catch Cincinnati on the road on these same stations next Friday night when they take on the Atlanta Falcons down in Georgia. They'll finish up in Washington before making that season opening trek up to Cleveland. All the while, still some work to do here. Handoff to Brown. Tried to keep his feet and continues to push forward.
Nothing fancy, just let the guys up front push people around. Like we said, you got Jackson Carman in there. You got big Jackson Kirkland, 6'7", 328, rookie from Washington.
6'7". It's a big dude.
Yep.
Simeon. That's Brown. Able to hang on. Got popped from both sides. Jimmy Phillips in the mix.
You got Ben Brown, number 62, the second-year player from Mississippi at center. Nate Gillum, first-year player from Wake Forest. Number 66 in there. Guys getting some good.
That penalty is accepted and force half the distance to the goal, replay, first down.
And all of that is
accomplished by being able to go tempo. And he just goes up to the line, tempo, tempo, tempo. Got a play called, whatever it is. He knows what it is. He calls it out to his team. And it was a now pass. It was a simple play. But the reality is all he was trying to do was get the Steelers with 12 men on the field, and beneficial got a guy offsides as well.
First and goal, Wolford floating for the end zone. Catch.
Didn't he
Out
end
of
up getting
bounds.
drafted in the 3rd round by Philadelphia?
Think there was some competition growing up in the Brown household.
Simeon going deep. Seeking Jones out of his reach. Yeah, I bet. I know twins, trust me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the top of the hour, 10 o'clock Eastern. The second game of NFL Network's live doubleheader is about 5 minutes away from kickoff. You're going to see the Broncos at the Cardinals right here on NFL Network. We still have some more games to kick off in the desert. Cardinals with their top 10 draft pick, Paris Johnson Jr., going against Denver. Both teams expected to play starters in this game. Denver and Arizona coming up in just a bit.
Of Anthony Johnson Jr., a converted corner to safety from Iowa State.
When Johnson got up there, I thought he was going to come down with it. He took off and kind of hung in the air there and almost made the play. See right there, oh my goodness, right away. The offensive line gets beat on that right side, and Simeon doing a nice job getting out and getting rid of the football. Look at this. Whoa. That's some hang time by Johnson.
Meanwhile, Simeon, through all that, narrowly avoids his second pick of the night. He got hit here. Ball comes free. Incomplete. Whistle dead. And that's another struggle off that outside. Jimmy Phillips that time out of SMU.
Yeah, he came from the backside there. Just one too many guys. The guard tackle picked up their guy, and Phillips came around the end, unblocked. Clear shot to Simeon. That's you hate to see that.
And the Bengals will have to punt. Robbins. That is caught and carried forward just an extra couple of feet by Cody Crest. That kind of has the facial hair stylings of you.
After the play,
Anthony.
personal
I
foul,
love the
right hit, kicking team number 34. 15-yard penalty added to the dead ball spot.
He might start something here.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
You know, Anthony, I walked into the booth today and I went, what happened to your face? Where did it go?
And I told you, I get moods, and I'll go 2-3 months with the old Fu Manchu handlebar, and then all of a sudden I'll take it off.
There's Crest coming up. And there's that hit.
I can tell you, I can be honest and transparent. The reason I grow is I love the gray. It's just all gray, and I just love it kind of hanging down. But then I get in the mood, and I just take it off.
I've got everyone older than me in this booth nodding in approval. So, fair enough. And off to the right-hand side, new quarterback in is Alex Magoo. The 2023 USFL MVP and twice a champion in that league.
Set it on fire, man, right here. Just hands it off. And the defense doing a nice job right there. You see Johnson.
Matt LaFleur basically said it that you've got a young quarterback in Jordan Love. He needs as many reps as you can get. And then you got 2 more young guys, and that's why Danny Etling gets let go. Part because there's just not enough reps in camp to feed 4 quarterbacks. Magoo, another handoff up the gut. That's McCrary, who began preseason up in Cleveland and was signed on Monday. Got into one game a couple of years ago in Baltimore and did get a carry. The player out of Saginaw Valley State trying to stick here in Green Bay in some capacity. Pesafea races off the field. Now he's going to race back on. He's going to stick it out. 4 minutes to play. 3rd down and 6. Magoo will throw for the first time.
He got him. He got him. Oh,
he
fumble.
lost the football, and it's scooped up by Cincinnati. That's Davis.
Raymond Johnson III coming around the backside, stripping it. Take a look at him coming from the left side. Oh, nice. Swats the hand down, closes the corner, makes the sack, but also strips the football. Take a better look right here. Watch this. Boom, boom. Nice quickness. Slaps that outside hand down, and at the same time, he's getting his hips around the offensive tackle. Nice move.
And it is another USFL guy that came up with the football, Dominique Davis.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 3 minutes and change remaining in the Bengals and Packers game. We'll show you if there's any extreme highlight between Cincinnati and Green Bay. We'll get it to you. But you see, they have the ball teed up. They're sending it skyward in the desert. Arizona receives the kick from the Denver Broncos. The great Dave Pasch and Ron Wolfley on the call at KPNX.
And wrestle to the ground at the 23-yard line.
Well, you got to love to see that, David, right there. A kickoff that actually is returned on the very first play. Nice.
And here comes Colt McCoy, age 36. He's actually slightly older than his coach. Offensive coordinator Drew Petzing. Colt in his 3rd year with Arizona, 14th in the NFL, 36 career starts. And obviously a question on everybody's mind, will he start the regular season opener in a month against the Commanders in Washington?
Run the ball. This guy is 5'10", 220. Did you ever try to tackle a guy 5'10", 220, David? It hurts.
So 3rd down. Got to get to the 33 to keep this drive alive. The starters will play 1-2 series. McCoy from the pocket, forced out. Going to take off and dive for the first down out to the 35-yard line. Don't tell Colt that it's preseason, putting his body on the line on the 3rd play.
How about that? Colt McCoy right there. This guy has seen every defense. He knows every offense. A 4-man rush, and he steps up into the pocket. Doesn't like what he's seeing, so he dives for the first down. Move the chains.
And Wolf, we touched on this in the open. He fits perfectly what the new regime is all about.
Yes.
Character, accountability, discipline, being a good leader. Colt is all of those things. Off play action, dumps it off to Swain, and he's out to the 37-yard line. Jeff Swain, in his 9th year out of Texas, was with the Titans the last 3 years. Zach Ertz not available yet, coming off injury, and Trey McBride will not play tonight, so we'll get a lot of Jeff Swain.
That's going to be a big down and distance right there. 1st and 10, of course, classic rundown situation. How much do you run the ball, and how many times do you use play action? You want to be, for the most part, right around 50-50. That will help your offense and confuse defenses.
Tyson Williams, the deep back, and he's off the edge. Dragged down at the 40-yard line. Jonathan Cooper on the stop, so a gain of about 4. Different formation there with 2 tailbacks in there, and Clement in front of Tyson Williams.
We have seen this now, David, a couple of times with Corey Clement. They line him up as a fullback. It's one of the reasons why he's 5'10", 220. He can get underneath a lot of people right there. He's a tough guy.
James Conner not suiting up tonight, but he's healthy. Keontae Ingram, who could be the backup running back, he's banged up. We'll also see some of Imari DiMercado out of TCU. Colt on the run, and McCoy with an target throw for a first down to rookie. Peyton, who worked in television last year, but is back obviously with the Saints for a long time. Was traded for a first-round pick to Denver. The other guys that were John Gruden, Don Shula, Bill Parcells, Bill Belichick. I would say those trades all worked out. All those guys ended up being in a Super Bowl or winning a Super Bowl. We'll see how it works